Calafiori brings in a little bit of aura now, right? It's the hair, right? He's a good-looking guy, right?
I say Declan has aura too.
No.
Ew, he has negative aura.
You look at Declan, you just see his dancing videos.
Yeah.
Chelsea top 4 Champions League football will be back at the bridge.
Where do I have Leicester City finishing next season? I got them finishing 13th.
13? Nah.
Jamie,
I rate you, Jay.
I will
rate
never
you.
not believe in Jamie
How
Vardy.
old is he?
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter, dude.
doesn't
How
matter?
old could he?
I got Manchester United finishing in
10th.
third place this season. Third place.
What?
Before we get this episode started, yes, we are going to be doing our Premier League predictions from first to last. But you guys, let us know who you got and make sure you guys play and make those predictions with PointsBet. If you guys got it, play it. Now let's get moving to the episode. Play with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League season is about to start, the 2024-25 season, and the best place you could watch it here in Canada is only on FUBO. We got a special link right down in the description for you guys to sign up and chime in on all the action. We'll see you guys there.
What's good, Footy Culture fam? Matthews, aka Matt, aka Matozinho, and today, people, we're doing our Premier League table predictions. Once again, we got the boys on the couch, Jay.
Hey, guys.
Jimmy.
What's going on?
Spadino.
What's up?
And cleanup crew, Dan and Dave.
Yo. Looks like some of the lot in the couch over here didn't come prepared. Boys,
It's in the wash.
it's in the wash. We only have one Premier League
I
kit.
have one Prem kit. I'm not a Prem fan.
Same.
And
Actually, I like the Prem.
Same.
So
no Prem tards over here.
all right.
With that being said, let's start it off. AFC Bournemouth. Where do we think they finish in the Prem this coming season?
Well, I'll get the ball rolling here. On my list, I got them in 18th.
18.
Ooh, relegated?
I got them in relegation zone.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, obviously a huge loss in Dom Solanke. Huge loss. One of the top scorers in the Prem last season. Obviously a decent acquisition there was Hugeson from your Juventus Football Club. But, that's a huge loss for me. That's goal scoring output. You need goals to win Premier League games. And I think they lost a huge output of that. And I got them 18th on my list.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, for me, not too far off. I got them in 16th. I think, yeah, Solanke's a huge loss. He brought a lot of goals last season, and they brought in Unal from Getafe, but not Prem proven. He didn't really cook at Getafe either. He's not really someone who comes in with like a whole lot of goal scoring output in a top 5 league. So who knows how he'll be able to kind of integrate in the team. But I think they'll do just enough to stay up because I think there are a lot of teams that are still worse than them, even without Solanke. Still got Kluivert, right? Still got Sinistera coming in from Leeds too. So there's some quality there still, right?
No, Kluivert's a fantastic baller. Obviously, he's a friend of the show. So, great guy, great person, and great footballer.
Hey, friend.
Yeah. I'm not too far off either. I think I got 15th. I think Iraola did. He had played some decent football with this team. Yeah, they lost their best player, Solanke, but I think Unal's like kind of a safe signing. He's not going to get you a crazy amount of goals, but he knows how to play ball, man. He's a decent player, and then they got Hoyson at the back and Sinistera. So I think those are some decent signings. It's not going to make them do better than last year, which was 12th place. So, yeah, I got them in 15th.
All right. Yeah, like James mentioned, Solanke's going to be a huge miss for this club, man. Scoring, I think it was 19 goals last season.
Yep.
3 assists. Being a player also who's healthy, right? He doesn't really miss many games. I think he played 38 out of his all competitions or whatever they played. But, key player, headed to Spurs.
Yep.
Yeah. Again, big signing for Spurs, but overall, I think Bournemouth finishing 12th last season, odds of them achieving that even getting higher than that is very unlikely. So, like, Chris on is at 15th, so I'm going to stick around the 15th, 16th spot too. Like, I think there's going to be some teams that definitely came up from the second division are going to come back and are going to stay because they're big squads, right? So I think Bournemouth's going to be a little bit dangerous next season. I think they got relegated 2 seasons ago, right? When did they come back?
I feel like they're always yo-yoing up and down.
You're right.
They're one of those teams I feel like that go up and down.
So I do think they're going to finish up 15th, 16th place. If not, then yeah. Like
Which one, 15 or 16?
You gotta lock it in.
So you can lock it in. 16th place.
You got 16th for Bournemouth?
16th place for Bournemouth. Quinto.
All right. I'm saying 14th place.
Yeah, just
14th
'cause,
place.
yeah.
Yeah, just cause. Obviously, yeah. Solanke, big miss. He was a prospect when he was younger at Liverpool, and
Yeah.
now he's finally starting to hit his stride. And once he does hit his stride, look at him right away to another top team, Spurs.
Yeah.
So
Big move.
it's a big move for him. Lost for Bournemouth, but I believe in my boy Kluivert. He'll keep them up top
All right.
in the Premier League.
So
Matthews,
14th.
What do you got?
So I don't see them getting relegated. I have them 15th place. Obviously, like we all said, Solanke a big miss here for Bournemouth, but they did bring in Unal, who can and has scored goals in his other leagues that he's played in, La Liga. So I do think he'll somewhat, obviously not going to score as many, but he'll get goals for sure. And then Luis Sinisterra, man, this guy is a class player. Managed him while he was at Leeds on FM, of course, but class young player, will get you goals and assists, quick, tricky dribbler. I feel like he's going to break out for this Bournemouth team under Iraola this season. I got them 15th.
Not bad.
Big show.
Iraola.
But yeah, moving along. Next team up is none other than the Blues, the bloody Rent boys. We got Chelsea. What are we saying? Top 4 European football? Where are they finishing?
It's rent boy season, man. Me personally, I have Chelsea finishing 3rd this upcoming season. It's another year for Cole Palmer to just excel. It's another year for all these new acquisitions to just blend. And Kunku, a healthy season under his belt, potentially, hopefully. Moises Caicedo, another full season under his belt. And huge acquisition with Pedro Neto. I think he's a nifty little baller. I like the team. Obviously, I've always had a skinny soft spot for Chelsea, and I'm a huge Cole Palmer fan. So
All right.
I think he's going to excel, and I think he's going to take them to that 3rd place finish under new manager Enzo Maresca.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm with you. I think Chelsea's gonna be back in the Champions League. I got them 4th in my table. I think obviously a lot of these players coming back healthy, especially in Kunku, I think is going to be the key player in this team in that number 10 role. Him with Cole Palmer and Neto, in behind a man like Nico Jackson, they're gonna cook right towards the second half of last season. They played well, right? Obviously they ended up finishing 6th place. New gaffer coming in, plays a very, very attractive style of football. So I think that'll be enough to get them 4th place.
Not to mention, as of this recording, it's August 12th currently. Sterling is still on the squad, and he's a leader on this team, and we obviously know how much of a fantastic player he is. Another friend of the show, so super excited to see what he does for Chelsea this season.
Yeah.
Hey, friendo.
Now, okay, so you guys both got them in Europe. I don't have them in Europe.
Damn.
I don't think they're going to do much better than last year. They have, 3 full lineups of players.
Depth.
Yeah, but that's too much. There's a point where there's too much. How are you supposed to rotate all these players? And there's already bad blood with Fernandes doing that stuff with Argentina. I don't think these guys are. Who knows if these guys are getting along?
Apparently, they're okay with it now.
Yeah, that's what they say. But are they? We don't know. Now they have that, and on top of a new gaffer. Usually, it takes a little bit for the new gaffer to get going. I think I got them in 7th place.
Damn, 7? So doing worse than last season.
Yeah, around the same.
You think?
Really?
Chelsea 7th.
That's crazy, bro.
You don't think they got? You think they got worse? Is what you're saying?
I don't think they got worse. I think they'll play better, as a team. But will they get results? Probably not.
Really? Fair enough. I mean, young squad, obviously, so maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
We'll see.
Dan.
A lot of different signings this season. New gaffer. I'm not exactly sure about his history, if he's actually coached in the Premier League. I don't think he has, but
From Leicester.
coming from Leicester, who won the championship last season. I mean, again, not for anything, I do give him his flowers, his props for bringing that team back up. But it's a Chelsea team now, a brand new Chelsea team who had never really had a system in the last 2-3 years now, with a change of gaffers, a rotation of players, definitely a deep squad as well, who I feel like still don't have their starting 11 set on paper yet, right? A lot of injuries, even the right back, Reece, getting injuries. He's going to be healthy this season, right? Players like that. Even bringing in new strikers, are they going to be consistent? We know one player who's consistent is definitely going to be Cole Palmer, who's definitely going to be scoring the goals week in, week out. We'll see more hat tricks for sure. But I just don't know if this gaffer is going to be able to take them to that top 4 finish, right? Because, again, new signings, if they're from him, if they're from the team itself, He definitely brought his boy from Leicester Hall. So, but again, I know there's big players like Neto coming in as well, but I just don't know if he's gonna get it right, like the other teams, like the other coaches have in the past. So it's gonna be tough. You know, the big players on the squad that you want to see succeed in Palmer and Caicedo and Sterling too. Like he's older, he's kind of, I don't know, past his prime. I don't know, but again, like that's kind of one of the players that were kind of being pushed out a little bit. But I still don't see that starting 11 that scares me, that scares a bunch of other fans, I'm sure, in the Premier League. So I'm gonna say seventh.
Seventh as well.
Yeah.
You're not scared of Chelsea.
I don't see them doing better than last season. And to be honest, they're not for anything. They did pretty well. They did okay, but again, it's the injuries. Is Nkunku going to be healthy? Is Reece going to be healthy? Whoever it is. We just know that Cole Palmer, Caicedo will be there, but the team is going to be. I just don't see that chemistry, that unity, that whole thing that was going on with Enzo this summer. And all this, is everything okay now? Like obviously they definitely swept it under the rug, but again, it's a Chelsea that I haven't seen do well in the last couple 3-4 years now.
Fair enough.
So 7th place for me.
Yeah, I gotta agree
Damn.
with these guys over here. I don't know how you guys have them in top 4. That's mind-boggling to
Who said
me.
3rd? He said 3rd.
I
You
got
guys are
fourth.
top 4.
I got them fourth.
How are they? These guys think they're gonna get Champions League?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
The
what I
new
said.
coach,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of new players.
A whole new team.
Yeah.
It's a whole new team.
It's not a whole new
They
team.
want Joao Felix now, supposedly.
He's been
He's
there.
already there.
Sterling is leaving,
was
supposedly,
terrible.
as well.
Yeah, they
He
got
was
Neto.
terrible.
They're fine. They got Neto.
Dude, this is a whole new team. A
the same
whole new
team.
gaffer.
Really?
It's literally the same team.
You have a bunch, and like you said, it's true. They have a lot of good quality players. They bring and they're bringing in more quality players. You have to make them all happy.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
How are they gonna be fine? They
Plenty
don't
of,
want.
plenty of football.
Yeah, but they don't want to play Europa League. They want to play Premier League. You're gonna make all these guys happy, and then you
Yeah.
have injury-prone players like Nkunku, who obviously didn't play much last season.
That's why you need depth.
Hopefully, he can do good. Then you bring in Mark Gui from Barcelona. Who the hell is this guy?
Dude,
He
was,
Got a couple goals during
dude,
preseason. no?
he was like,
Preseason. You're talking about preseason, bro.
dude, he was
Still
like,
scoring.
he was
How
like,
many way to judge?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so then that Barca player who went off in preseason, is he gonna start now?
probably not. 'cause
Exactly. So then what are
there's
you
someone
talking
more
about this guy?
experienced in that side.
There's more experienced players than Mark Gui.
Well,
in
who
this
said
team.
Guy was gonna start?
He's not gonna start.
Exactly, he's not. But you're saying, oh, okay, you had a good preseason.
Yeah, decent
That's
depth.
good for the bench.
He
Yeah.
won't see a minute
A
of this
minute.
game. Why?
No,
That
it's
just means they have
crazy.
good depth.
They're gonna send him out on loan.
They might.
Yeah. So then why are they signing these players? They're not gonna be happy.
They got money to burn.
They got money
They're
to blow,
not gonna
bro.
be happy.
We already know that Chelsea's
They're weird.
that we
dude.
know. The Chelsea that
They
we
got
know
20
signs
goalies.
in 20 different youngsters, sends them out on loan, and in a couple years they're going to be sold.
Yeah.
Like they brought in Esteval, they brought in Tosin, Paez. Well, Paez is not there yet.
They brought remember
Kellyman.
remember they brought in that Brazilian guy. What's his name again?
They
Like which
brought in
one?
two.
They
Andre
brought in like four,
Santos.
no?
Angelo.
Renato Vaiga, they brought in too.
Remember
Piazon.
Piazon.
Yo, Paizon, that guy was just literally just.
It all started with him, bro. I swear.
Lucas Piazon.
He was a
Musonda.
start.
They brought in that Wiley guy from Atlanta United.
But like, see all these players that's signing in, bringing in, and you think Pedro Neto's not coming in here thinking he's gonna get a start? He wants to start.
He's one of the better
He'll
players
start.
on the team.
And then
start.
what? And then the guys that they signed last year are not gonna want to start.
Who?
I think Sterling's
There's so
gonna
many
be right
players
the
on
bench
this
now.
team.
Sterling's
that-
gonna be a bench
There's so many
player.
players on this team that want to start.
Where's Felix play if he comes in?
Bench. His
That-
bench.
Nah,
Anywhere
He
across
has
the
to
front
start.
three.
Yeah. They're only
He's not playing on the right.
no. He's gonna play backup to Nkunku.
Dude,
Him
this
and
whole
Nkunku will
team is
rotate.
poorly set up. There's no system on this team.
I don't
I mean,
know.
what do you mean? There's no system
Yeah,
on the
but
team.
have you
There's
seen
no
them play?
system.
How do you know?
bro?
You're just looking on paper, right?
Yeah, and I can tell from paper that it's not going to work.
Well,
Sometimes,
this isn't even their
sometimes
best
that's all it
side, the
takes.
paper you're
Yeah,
looking
this is
at.
just the
Sometimes
last
it all-
lineup they played, bro. Preseason.
Sometimes it all it takes is the eye test.
All right.
And this eye test for me,
Paper test, bro.
Yo, it's fair
So
enough.
what was the place you locked them in for?
Seventh?
eighth.
Oh,
Oh,
eighth.
you said- oh, you're
You,
eight.
so
I'm
you
going
dropped
eighth.
them down again. You got mad. You dropped
Yeah,
them
make
down
sure
one
you
No,
more.
I
remember
was
all
going.
these.
I'm saying I agree with these guys
Oh,
low.
so you're going eighth.
I'm going eighth.
Okay.
There's so many more better teams than Chelsea.
Okay.
I don't
New
know.
gaffer, new
Yeah.
system. These
Yeah.
players have never played it because they haven't had a system in years.
Yeah.
In years, they haven't had a system. What's the system going to be with these new players, with this new gaffer? There's so much more. I think this season is going to be so much harder than last season. There's so much more to think about. Yeah, you have Cole Palmer who's a star. It's the only thing you have. Moises Caicedo, shout out to my Ecuadorian, also a great player. But, bro, there's so much up in the air that we don't know what's going to happen.
Fair enough.
Hey, all I gotta say is Chelsea will shock fans this season because of how underratingly good they are.
Yeah.
No, they're going to shock fans. Going to go down to 8th place. That's why.
Wow.
Wow, they're so bad.
Eighth place
That's how
is
shocked
crazy
they're gonna be.
'cause, bro, I agree with some of y'all on the couch here. Chelsea top 4 Champions League football will be back at the bridge.
That's crazy.
Bro, y'all putting slander on Maresca. This guy won the championship with Leicester. He's a disciple of Pep. He's gonna play good football. Stars like Palmer, Caicedo, and Kunku back from injury. Who's the only guy that's injured now? Reece James?
Yeah, he's always
Everyone
injured,
else is
though.
fit.
Yeah.
Chelsea
4.
last season.
That's your
ridden
captain.
with injuries.
That's your
Ridden with
captain.
injuries. So it's one guy.
Reece James is your captain. What do you
Okay.
mean?
They don't need him.
Who's the captain on this team now?
Bro, who's Real Madrid's captain?
Who's the captain
Nacho.
on this
He
team
doesn't
now?
make their
Okay, but
best
who's
11.
the captain on this team now?
Not on the team.
Yeah, but he doesn't make their
Probably
best
Sterling.
11.
Who's
Everyone's fit?
Sterling's the wait?
Yeah.
You're saying Sterling is the captain
Nacho?
now?
After James?
Nah, throw it to Colwell, bro. Academy boy. You know, been there for a bit.
Matt's saying Sterling's the captain. He's leaving now.
Captain doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Yes, it does with this team like this.
So captain is give it to Palmer.
This team is
Th-
too
th-
young.
This team does need
Give it to Palmer.
This team needs a captain. They sold one of their young players in the midfield to Atletico.
Gallagher.
Their
would've been-
midfield is
Gallagher
good
would've
enough,
been-
bro.
Gallagher
Okay,
would've
but
been
Gallagher had a
good
season
cap,
last
man.
year.
They don't need him.
They don't need him. Come
They
on.
obviously don't need him. There's so many more players on this team.
Exactly,
But that's
so
a
why do you need
captain. No one else has
Not
that
for
captain role.
anything.
Dude, Conor Gallagher's not a captain.
They would have
bro.
done better with Gallagher or just as good with Gallagher over Enzo Fernandez. But the only reason that they have Enzo Fernandez still in the squad is because of his price tag they paid
Yeah,
for him.
100%.
And because he's quality.
No, Gallagher is better, if not just as
he's
good as him.
Nah, bro. Enzo's a way better player.
Bro, I'm pretty sure last season the games Enzo's played alongside Caicedo, and if Caicedo plays against along with Gallagher, whoever else, they've had better results without Enzo in the squad.
Said who?
I can double check, but I'm 90% sure.
No, I do think he might be right because I think in the second half of the season, I know Fernandez missed like an extended
He
period
did.
of time, and
Yeah, he was
that's when
injured.
that's when they
And
played.
they were playing well
played a little- I think-
better.
Exactly.
I think the midfield is a little bit more balanced with
Lavia.
someone else beside Caicedo, and I think in the preseason so far, Lavia has been playing very well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if he maybe sneaks in. Then you maybe have a rotation between Fernandez and Caicedo
Adrian Drewsbury
in that other midfield spot. Right? There's a lot of games, and I think he's going to rotate the squad a lot. I think you have to, dude. You're playing in so many competitions. Like, dude, you're playing in the Prem, you're playing in FA Cup, you're playing in Carabao Cup, you're playing in some other cup, playing in Europa League too. You need a deep squad to play in all these competitions, right? So I think you need to have the rotation so you don't have that drop off in quality, right?
Fair.
So what place did you
I
say?
agree with you.
I said fourth.
Fourth,
Okay.
CL football.
Champions League, baby.
Yeah, man. But that's Chelsea. Moving on to the next team, we got Brighton and Hove Albion. What are we saying, lads?
Me personally, I have Brighton coming in 14th place this upcoming season. So 3 drop off from the previous finish of 11th. It's a whatever kind of side to me. Nothing really sticks out to me. Yeah, they have Matoma, who was kind of like a one-season wonder. Like, everyone read his thesis, and they figured him out.
Low
right?
key.
You guys did not read that, bro.
Right? I didn't read it, but the players must have read it because everyone figured him out. João Pedro's decent player. Dan Welbeck.
Class player.
He's one of those like streets will never forget kind of players, but this is just like a side that doesn't like blow my skirt up, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it's just average to me. It screams mid to lower table, and I don't really see much hope in this side. Clearly, it's a relatively older side. Almost 28 is the average age, but yeah, that's my pick. I got them coming in 14th.
14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me personally, I think they'll finish. I got them 9th. I think they'll do better than they did last year. They brought in a new gaffer, came in from the second Bundesliga after winning the league there with St. Pauli. Plays some good, very aggressive football. That very high press German style football. And dude, I think they brought in some class players here, man. Weaver from Feyenoord, class midfielder. Minty and Osman, the 2 wingers, electric. And I think, dude, not for anything, having João Pedro back and fit can definitely be a big dub for them. So with that there, I think, 9th place for Brighton. Not getting back into Europe just yet, but I think they might have a little bit of a better season than last year because they didn't really lose too many players, right? They didn't really lose too much quality, but they brought in, I think, a lot of quality in that side there. So I got them sliding in at 9th.
For me, I think they finished around the same place, and they're not. I think they finished 12th. Yeah, they lost out on Pascal Gross, who was definitely one of their better players. But yeah, as you said, they made some signings to replace them. They always make these random signings that no one really heard about that end up thriving. I don't know too much about the gaffer, but I'm gonna take his word on it on him being decent. But does he get them clicking right away? I don't know. I got them 12th.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all for you. That's all she wrote, eh?
Yeah, man. Brighton and Hove Albion again. Not surprisingly keeping in mid-table last season. I know Gaffer heading out, but still a squad that I feel like can still do some damage. Again, players like Mitoma, players like Joao Pedro, who's had a great season last season. I want to keep them again somewhere in the mid. I'm gonna go with. No, lower than mid actually. 16th.
Dang.
Yeah, I feel like actually no. I feel like this season might be a little bit of a drop for them. Like you mentioned, some players like Gross going out. Undav, not for anything like Lallana too, but no, Lallana's not a big player. Definitely a captain in the change room, but do these transfers coming in replace those guys going out? I don't see that. Again, new system coming into the season, but I'm gonna go with 16th. Actually, 16th is my go-to.
All right.
Keep it nice and simple. I'm going with lucky number 13.
Boom.
Lucky number 13, eh?
They lost their best player from last season, Ansu Fati.
Damn.
They didn't even see a minute. But losing the Gaffer, I don't know. He was good, but last season you saw how he got freaking destroyed.
Yeah, it's kind of crashing out.
With what
No
they were
rotation.
playing. No rotation, but also
depth.
the teams knew what they were doing. It was just full on counterattacks and just pressing high. They got conceded the most. No,
They're up there.
one of the teams that got conceded the most. But it's a new Gaffer. New Gaffer is always hard to deal with. Players coming in are good, but like you said, Mitoma had that one stint, and then Liverpool wants him supposedly, and everyone else wants him. He went down in level. Joao Pedro ended the season well, but then besides that, Daniel Welbeck's just normal. So
They're one of the most conceded, but not the most. They're probably like the 6th or 5th, most conceded from the bottom. Surprisingly, just a little note in there. Sheffield had 104 goals conceded.
yeah, they were the worst.
Christ.
That's talent.
Besides that, there was like some 70s, but then Brighton was finished off with 67, which is still high.
It's a lot, yeah.
Still high.
For a team like Brighton, that even 2 seasons ago they were really good. When they had Caicedo, when they had
A team like Brighton, bro,
players.
you have good players, they're gonna get sent out.
yeah, different system now. See how he rolls with the Gaffer, but 13.
Yeah, I'm going to
13.
keep it short and simple. It's looking a whole lot of mid, man. I feel like they'll finish the exact same spot this season as they did last. 11th place. That's all that's got to be said, man. Sorry, Brian. But yeah, moving on to the next team. We got none other than Aston Villa under Mr. Emery.
Good evening.
What we saying?
Look,
This one's tough.
obviously Champions League football for them this upcoming season. That's a lot of games in their calendar. That's a calendar full of football games. We saw Ruben Diaz post his calendar. Aston Villa got a full calendar too. Not to mention, I just think teams got better. Like the other remaining teams got better. They finished 4th last season. I got them finishing 8th.
Whoa,
I got Aston Villa finishing 8th next season.
Agree.
that's crazy.
Nice dab there. Obviously, they lost Douglas Luiz. Midfield
Yep.
maestro to Juventus. A real good pace setter, great on the ball. Watkins, can he replicate that kind of a season? I do not know. Obviously, they got Amadou Onana. Talent. Bloody talent. They signed him. Big acquisition. Maatsen, too. Elling Jr. came on the flip side. But they also lost Alicia Lehman. Oh, wait, that's on the women's team. My fault. But, yeah, I got them finishing 8th. Other teams just got better. They got more football to play this season. I don't think they could do it again. They cannot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I actually got them finishing 10th.
You guys are crazy.
I got them.
Down
I
there.
got them down in 10th.
Y'all
And
are
I think the addition of CL, dude, you need to have a lot of depth. They haven't really brought in much more depth in that roster. Douglas Luiz out, Onana in. Okay, a little bit of a replacement there. Not really a like-for-like swap, but I don't think he necessarily has the same quality that Douglas Luiz brought going forward for Villa. So I think there might be a little bit of a struggle there in the midfield. They didn't really replace Diaby. Like, sure, they brought in, Morgan Rogers, Philogene, but these are guys that are coming in from the championship, right? So it's like, I don't know how much quality they're going to possess. And I don't think Watkins has another season like that. I think that was a flash in the pan. I don't think he's having another crazy season like that this year. He stayed healthy all year. He was scoring and assisting pretty much every game. I don't think that happens again. 10th place for Villa.
That's crazy.
And look, going back on the CL, Unai Emery is a cup manager. He's gonna try their best in Aston Villa. They're gonna really try to.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not gonna win, but
They'll make a run in Europa League after they get knocked out of CL.
yeah, that too. If they end up coming third, they're gonna make an effort in whatever cup competition they accumulate themselves in.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, they got CL this year, so they're definitely not going to finish top 4. But we got to remember last year they had Conference League, so they were still playing those extra games. Yes, they don't have too much depth, but I think they have enough depth to finish in a European spot this year once again.
Really?
I think they finished one above Chelsea in 6th place.
Damn.
I like their signings. I like Onana. I like Maatsen. Ealing could be a little bit underrated. Even Barachia from Juve as well. I think he comes in and could do a job off the bench. So they got a little neat team.
Boom.
Nice.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna fist bump him too because I like his thoughts.
Damn.
I wasn't looking.
Like he said, I think they're gonna finish above Chelsea, 100%.
Damn.
Unai Emery doing his work, but again, I don't think he's gonna get that 4th place spot. I do feel like other teams did get a lot better, and I think the biggest challenge for them is definitely gonna be the extra football next season in the Champions League, the new Champions League system as well. So we'll see how that works out for them.
More games.
More games too. So again, but James saying Watkins not gonna step up the way he did last season, bro. Just for him, the way he stepped in the Euros, that one game he scored in that final, I feel like he still has it in him, man.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's a dog. That guy's gonna score goals week in, week out. I think he's a finisher. He's a goal scorer, and that's what Aston Villa are gonna be looking forward to. Are gonna have luckily in their arsenal, but adding players like Amadou Onana to support the midfield, and even Maatsen on the wing, he's gonna be really great on that left side as well. Ailing Jr. I don't know much about him. I know Chris.
He's on and off.
Didn't think much about him either.
I remember there was one point where Spatty said something along. I think Ealing Jr. was better than Sancho.
That's at that point.
Might have even been better than Brandt at one point too.
Damn.
Maybe that was someone else, but
He was at United at that point, doing absolutely nothing. While Ealing was on his little purple patch.
Having some flashes.
His little month of good football, and then he died off again.
yeah, who knows? Maybe he'll turn up for Villa, right? I think that Villa's maybe a team where you can succeed, right?
Is he going to get the minutes, though? We're not sure. But I think, unlike Chelsea, this team has players that will step up in these big moments and also has players who, can hold that captain's band and really say, let's get this shit together and, control this team, bring it together. I mean, Martinez, too, another great player who's a key factor for this squad in the back there. But just like Chris said, I'm going to have them for 6th place this coming up season.
Quinto.
Kind of torn right now. I feel like 6th or 7th as well.
Really?
These guys on that side are drinking something over there.
What are they
saying they're
drinking,
gonna
bro?
drop
Drinking
so
or
much.
jerking?
They're not going to drop that much, guys. Come on.
Why not?
What'd you guys say?
You just said 6 or 7. I said 8.
Yeah, it's a big difference than 6th. 6th is Europa.
Oh, it's him. He said 10.
I said 10th.
6th is Europa. 8th is not.
Okay. So is it 6 or 7? Don't say 6 or 7. Pick one.
Yeah, you gotta pick a number.
Yeah.
6, 7, 8 around that range.
10, 11, 12.
I'll say 6. I'll say 6.
6th place.
6, eh?
Damn.
Damn.
Ollie Watkins had a good Euros when he came off the bench. He did his thing. Got that one goal that was nasty.
Yeah.
He's a great player. You saw him throughout a lot of seasons. Every season he does his thing for Aston Villa. Diaby's a huge miss, man.
No,
Not really.
No, on paper you think so, but he didn't do
just,
much.
He's just very pacey and
He was
different.
riding the bench
He's
at the end
electric.
of the year last year.
Yeah, that's true. But he started off so strong.
He started off strong. He did.
Started off very strong. Coutinho did nothing. Who cares about him? Doug Luiz, I think he's overrated.
What?
Oh, here we go.
I think
guy's tripping, bro.
Onana is going to be nasty for this team. What he provides for this team, he's a big body in the midfield. Luiz wasn't like that. I think he's going to be a strong impact in that midfield, and Watkins is going to carry. We've seen what Unai Emery could do with his team. What they did last year with, finishing in 4th place is crazy. Who would have thought that? So they lost some players, but Martinez, that guy's still going to be in everyone's heads. So
He might
I
be
say
the best
6th.
goal in the world at this point.
Seriously.
That's crazy.
Damn, Broski was not watching DL, bro. That's all I gotta say. But man, the addition of CL football is gonna prove difficult for Emery. They're not going back to back top 4. I'm telling you that right now. I have them finishing 8th place. like we said, Douglas Luiz. A lot of Villa fans were saying that he was their best player last season, not even Watkins. So losing your best or even second best player is going to prove crucial for this team. I know Onana's a good player, but can he replicate what Douglas Luiz provided to that team? Who knows? Once again, like a lot of guys were saying, Ollie Watkins, is he going to replicate that unreal goal scoring season he had and even assists too? Because he was up there, right?
Yeah, he had a lot of. I think he had the most assists in the league.
Right? Is he going to replicate that this season? I don't think so. It's very tough to do that. And yeah, man, just a lot of better teams coming into this season now. And I see Villa finishing 8th. That's what I think.
Right.
But yeah, moving along. Next team up is none other than Brentford. We got the Bees. What are we saying for
The
Brentford
Bumblebees.
Laddies?
As for the Bees, I got them finishing 1 off the relegation zone, 17th. So 1 spot down from their 16th place finish of last season. I mean, look, Brentford, the Bees, Ivan Toney, what a player, what a striker. But is his head still in it at Brentford? Because you know this guy wants big-time football. I could even see him potentially leaving in January.
Yeah.
Because I feel like at this point, he's like, man, I've done enough to get like a move to a mid-big table team. Like, it's about that time for him, right? I'm sure he's getting cheesed, fed up, upset. So there might be animosity in the locker room at that point with the gaffer too. It's like when you're on a bad team and you know you're lit like that, it's tough. So I think he's gonna have some struggles there, and obviously there's not too much to jump about with this team. You know, they lost who'd they lose? They lose David Raya, Strakosha, whatever. All they got is Ivan Toney, in my opinion. That's all the Bees have going for them. Fabio Carvalho from Liverpool, sure, but what was he doing at Liverpool? He wasn't a big player. He didn't really do much. Right?
Wasn't getting
So,
time, bro.
he didn't get the time, but yeah, he's gonna get a lot of time on the Bees, that's for sure. He might get stung. Then again, I got them finishing 17th.
Yeah, I'm with you there, man. I'm getting stung in 17th for the Bees. Obviously, you know, Raya confirmed move to Arsenal now.
You guys are cute over
the
there,
loan's
eh?
done. Who, us too?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 17th, dude. I think there's nothing really about this squad that blows my skirt up. Tony, I think, similar thing. Like, you know, I don't know if his head's there, like Jay said. You know, they have Visa, they have Mbuemo. Sure, maybe they can score a couple goals, but I feel like that's enough for me to get them 17th. New striker that they came in, Igor Thiago, is already hurt, so not really an addition there. Carvalho, I'm sure he'll have a couple bright spots, but not enough to get them past any of the other sides. So I got them sitting cool in 17th place for Brentford. They stay up, but barely.
17th. Yeah, I got like right around the same spot as they finished. I got them in the exact same position as they finished last year, 16th. They lost Rakosha. Ryo was already gone last year. I do think Fabio Carvalho is actually a good signing. He's a talented player, and I think he could bring something to this team. Is he going to bring something that's going to change the team like drastically? No, like he's just going to be a talented player in the midfield. Yeah, as you guys said, Ivan Toney, he's going to do his thing. I think he scores like around 10 goals this year. Does he get a move in January? I don't think he gets a move in January. I think they kind of brought in Igor Thiago for maybe a little more for next year when I think Tony, that's when he gets the move next summer. But other than that, nothing special. 16th place for me.
16th place, eh?
Damn.
Brentford. Not that they're going to be a better squad than they had last season, but I do think Carvalho's going to bring something different to the squad that maybe they didn't have last season. But again, I don't think it's going to be something too different. As long as Ivan Toney stays in his right state of mind, keeps his head up, keeps the goals going, because, you know, like you said, he's going to be looking for that big move soon. But, you know, if you follow the form, no one's going to want you anyways. So you got to keep scoring the goals. You got to keep winning games. You know, put the team behind your back, score those penalties, whatever it is. But the transfer will come soon. And not that it's going to be a better squad like I mentioned, but I do have them coming in 15th. But because the way I have it, I think there's going to be teams that are going to be performing worse than them. So I know they finished 16th last season, but I do feel like there's going to be teams that are performing much, much worse. So I do give them that extra push for the next season coming up. But again, that doesn't give it for their maybe performances there, but whatnot. But, you know, Brentford are going to run it back. We'll see how it goes, but 15th place for me.
Fair enough.
They're getting relegated.
Relegated.
18th place for me.
Damn.
16th, not much difference. Like you
Pretty
said,
big difference, actually.
nah, Tony, like you said, he's gonna score those goals, but he's gonna be mad because they're gonna still lose those games. I don't see anything happening. I see a lot of the other teams in the Prem getting a lot more better players. They're getting a lot more upgrades. And yeah, Fabio Carvalho, he's a good player, but coming from where do you get loaned out to first? From Liverpool. He went to Germany, no?
Wasn't Carvalho? Who's at Fulham? Wasn't he Fulham?
No, wasn't he on
Because at Leipzig
Leipzig, right?
for a bit.
Yeah.
He didn't really play there either.
He didn't
though.
play. He's not playing at all.
He'll play at Brentford.
He's gonna
Yeah.
play at Brentford, but it's not gonna be an upgrade, I believe, to really do something for this team. Igor, again, same thing, and Raya. There's nothing that that I fancy on this team. So 18th place for me. Sorry, guys, relegation.
So I have them finishing a little bit higher than they did last season. I got them finishing 14th. I think the thing with Ivan Toney is like the noise around his name is kind of like dwindled down a bit. I feel like he's gonna have to like do something to prove himself again.
Not really. Look at what he did in
Yeah.
Euros when he scored
But
that
no
goal.
one's really talking about him like that. Like, are there rumors about him going to another club?
No.
I haven't really seen any.
Yeah.
So I feel like that noise has kind of gone down a little bit. In order to make up for that, he's gonna need to be banging in goals. I think he will be doing this season. And Brian Mbuemo, great last season as well too. Fabio Carvalho coming in now too. I think he'll slot in well into that midfield. And yeah, man, I got them finishing 14th. Simple as that. But yeah, moving along. Next team, we got the Bloody Hammers, West Ham United. What are we saying, boys?
This is gonna be nice. This is gonna be a good one, I think.
Yeah.
West Ham are a pretty cool team. Obviously, they have one of my favorite players, Paqueta. Looks like no ban on the horizon from that betting issues towards the tail end of last season. So he's in there, like swimwear. Great player. I love him. He's awesome. Kudus. Obviously had so many bright spots last season. He's only going to improve. They brought in Fulkrug from BBB, player, goal scorer, number 9, which they could really use in this team. They finished 9th last season, and I got them improving. I got them finishing 7th.
7th,
Yeah,
eh?
7th for West Ham United. I like the side. They got the best stadium out of all the London clubs. So, they're bringing in, they got some pull. They stole Todibo from Juve. That must mean pull.
I guess so.
But
Not
bro.
steal. We backed out.
I think it's also money, man.
I wonder why.
The Juventus got freaking.
Bit of pull there. But yeah, I think it's a decent squad. I like them. And I got them finishing 7th.
Yeah, I'm right with you again there, man. It's like we're just copying each other's list here. I got them 7th as well. I think obviously finishing 9th last season, but dude, look at the players they brought in. Fulkrug, Champions League finalist, right? Scored some huge goals last season. Experienced physical striker, dude. Basically a whole new center back partnership with Kilman from Wolves and Todibo coming in, and then Somerville as well from Leeds, and absolutely an electric player. So now you're saying you get Somerville in with Bowen, Kudus, Paqueta, Alvarez behind Fulkrug. That's a solid 5 behind Fulkrug, and the back line's looking pretty solid still. For me, I got them 7th place, Conference League football. The only reason why they're not even higher is because I think there's a lot of other teams that did a lot of good business this summer. But I think 7th place, back into Europe for the Hammers, proving they can do it without Declan Rice, will be huge. 7th place.
I think this might be the most overrated squad in the Premier League.
Damn.
We have first year Lopetegui. We don't know how he's going to do. We don't know how he's going to control this team. Fulkrug, I think, is a great signing for them because they have an aging Antonio playing striker as of right now. And Fulkrug will come in and take that number 1 role. Kilman, not that good of a signing. He's whatever. He's a decent center back. He's whatever. Somerville coming in from the championship. Do we know how good he is, really? Is he going to prove himself in the Prem?
Somerville was nasty for Leeds last
That's
year.
neat, bro.
In the championship.
Bro,
We've seen
it was
players come from the championship and fail.
yeah.
Leeds
It's hard,
should
bro.
Leeds should have went up to the Prem, but they lost. Somerville's been their best player
Leeds are in
last
the Prem
season.
too, no?
Hey.
Oh, they're not. They're not.
They lost to
Yeah.
to Leicester in the finals.
Yeah.
So it could have been either one. And
Uh,
I think Somerville's the best player last season for the
He
whole
probably was.
championship.
Might have been one of
probably
those.
was.
Probably one of them, yeah.
I'm not saying that he's going to be bad. I'm just saying, we don't know how good he actually is.
I think he's be nasty.
That's fair.
Todibo, I think he got a little bit overhyped because Juve had that interest in him, and then
A lot of teams. I think United want him too.
he's going to be decent. He's going to be a good center back. I don't think their center back partnership's going to be unreal if it ends up being Todibo and Kilman,
It's gonna be him and Mavropanos.
or Mavropanos. Like he's also all right. Then left back and right back, Emerson, Kufal. That's a whole lot of mid. Those are probably going to be the starting right backs, left back, right backs as well. Suchek, not that good of a CDM.
He's not gonna play. It's gonna be Alvarez probably.
Yeah.
Edson
Alvarez
Alvarez
was
and
injured
Oh,
a lot.
yeah, it would probably be Alvarez.
Alvarez was injured a lot last season.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
still
he's
injured
good.
now, no.
And then
Alvarez?
I guess Somerville is just kind of a depth piece because Kudus and Bowen will probably still be starting.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like the squad. Don't get me wrong. I just think it's gonna be a little bit. I think we're gonna overrate them a little bit this year. But I got them in 9th place again.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they get any European football.
I thought you were going crazier than that.
No,
the way you were
no.
talking, bro. I thought we were talking like in the teens.
No,
the way
compared to
were
you
talking.
guys, I'm going just a little
Oh,
bit
they
down.
said 6th or
I said
7th. Huh?
7th. Yeah.
I'm going.
Airplane.
Yeah, I got 9th.
That's 2 places down.
That's not bad.
It's okay.
Yeah. But it's a
Um,
big difference.
Yeah. I got them. Where I got them here? I got them finishing 8th next season. Again, just the way I have my team set up. I think some teams will be performing not as well as they did last season, but I also think that these signings that they made this season are going to help them a little bit. Just, take the next step. Probably get some. They didn't get Conference League this year, no, right?
No, 9th.
No, 9th doesn't get
Yeah.
it. I can see them getting some Conference League perhaps next season, but signing Somerville, full crew, who I'm a big fan of. I love the way he's like that target man that sometimes these Premier League teams need. They don't really have that. Some teams don't play with that kind of guy. And we see what he's capable of definitely last season and what he did again in the Euros. And again, Todibo, a big signing for these guys. I feel like Kudus, I feel like Paqueta, I feel like Alvarez are going to keep doing their thing. And just having a big target man up top is going to help a lot more. So I got them finishing 8th. 8th's going to be good for me.
Damn, I can't believe I'm going to agree with the boys over there in the right side of the bench, left side, for the
Right
people
side.
watching.
Oh,
7th place.
Wow.
7th place. Like you said, I would want them to be higher, but like you said as well, there's a lot of teams that did a lot better. But
So you're saying you're agreeing with me?
I agree with you.
Wow.
Fully agree with
That's
you.
rare.
Fulkrug is that player that you need with those wingy pacers. Those wingy...
Pacey wing.
Pacey wingers. Wingy wingers. Those pacey wingers. He just fits the system so well, I think, with what this team could bring out. And Somerville, I'm telling you, is going to be nasty this season. I could just see it. And yeah, West Ham, good team. They've always been a decent team in the Prem. 7th place. They're seeing some European League, some European football.
So me personally, I'm saying bang mid-table, 10th place. There are better teams than them this season, I think. Like we mentioned before, Villa, I had them 8th. I think 9 and 10 are be kind of close this season. 9 we haven't mentioned yet, but I feel like it's going to be close between these two teams. Decent team, but not better than the other ones.
You're not giving Lopetegui his shouts?
Hmm?
You don't give Lopetegui a shout?
He's a decent gaffer, but like I said, I think there are better teams that we haven't mentioned yet. But yeah, moving along to those other teams, we have none other than Everton.
Better team?
No, definitely not a better team. Jay, what are you saying?
I mean, look, we're talking about the blue side of Liverpool, the blue side of Merseyside. Everton, they're shocking. Man, even just looking at this squad right now, I might have to move them down from my original spot because this team is just not looking good. Obviously, last season they finished 15th. They have who I think is an underrated keeper. A lot of people think he's overrated. I think he's underrated. I'm a Pickford guy. For a man who has super short arms, like T-Rex arms, he gets the job done. Dom Calvert-Lewin, good a couple seasons ago. He's kind of whatever now. Sean Dyche, he's a gaffer's gaffer, you know? He gets the people going. 15th last season. I got them finishing 11th.
damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know.
You're
I know.
crazy, bro.
I might be crazy, eh?
You're crazy, bro. That was insane.
Why? They lost their best player.
I know they lost, but you know what that brings to a football side? Camaraderie,
Does it?
togetherness. When you lose your best player, next man up. That's the mentality, right?
Who's next up?
Onana gone, Lindstrom in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I'm being real. There's not a lot of talent on this pitch.
Yeah.
Do I have them finishing in Champions League? No.
11th is still kind of
Do
crazy.
I have them
though.
finishing in Europe? No. Do I have them finishing on the top half of the table? No.
Close,
11th. That's my choice. Deal with it.
Fair enough. This is the one time I think we're going to disagree a little bit. I got them finishing in the same place. I think 15th. Sean Dyche is just a lad who loves a gritty draw. I think there's going to be a lot of 0-0s. They're not going to concede a lot of goals. O'Brien, I think, from Lyon, I think is a solid signing. He did best for them last season, and I think he's a Sean Dyche signing, good old Irish boy. So yeah, I think 15th. Not really much has changed. Onana's gone, yes, but I think Ndiaye in from Marseille. You still got Gay, you still got Doucouré in there as well. The young midfielder there who came in from Villa, who kind of played the 6 there, could be decent as well. 15th. Nothing too exciting about these lads.
Okay, I got them in. I think they're going to be in a relegation battle the whole year.
Wow.
Damn.
But I don't think they get relegated because Sean doesn't get relegated. I got them in 17th place. Lindstrom is going to be interesting. I don't think he's going to be that good for this team. He wasn't that good for Napoli. Ndiaye don't know too much about, and O'Brien don't know too much about. But they are also losing Godfrey to Atalanta, which I think is also a decent loss for them because he could play all along that back line. So, yeah, I don't think they upgraded at all this year. They're going to get downgraded to 17th place.
Damn.
Calvert-Lewin, I think, does have a little bit better of a season than last year. I think he's going to be, hit his stride again. But, yeah, 17th place it is for me.
All right. Everton, 15th place last season. Again, it's one of those teams, made some signings. I don't think they're going to be making better movements next season. Losing a player like Onana is huge for them. But like I mentioned from other teams prior, I just feel like there's going to be a lot more teams this season who aren't going to be performing just as well. And even the teams coming up from the second division, are they going to be doing work? I just see a lot more teams underperforming this next season. So that's why I think I got these guys in 12th place. Although finishing 15th last season, I got them in 12th. But that's mainly because I have other teams underperforming this season than the prior seasons.
Fair enough.
So
Y'all gonna be surprised with what I say.
First place.
Up the top.
No, I'm gonna reiterate some things that Daniel said. There's a lot of garbage teams, in my opinion, that came out from the second division, and then a lot of teams in the first division that lost a lot of players. A lot of players went to better teams. A lot of players went out of Europe, out of the Prem. And let's not forget, Everton got a deduction of points last season.
Yeah.
And suppose there was some calculations from what's if they did well and they got those points not deducted, they would have been a lot higher than this.
Yeah.
So
11th, I think.
thinking about that, yeah, exactly, 11th place. And this is not they didn't lose too many players. Obviously, Onana is a huge player, but they signed a lot of other players as well. So it's not like a big difference of players. I have them 10th.
10.
I have them 10th because, like I said, there's a lot of teams that I just don't see doing really well. I just don't. I can't see these teams doing well. And the good teams are just up there no matter what. So.
yeah, like Dave mentioned, the 10 points that they got deducted. Sorry, it's 8. It came out to 8 points. 8 points that they got deducted. They would have brought them up to 11th place or 10th, right? So seeing that does probably change things, right? So, but considering that they would have finished at least 10th or 11th last season, shows that they're definitely a decent side. They definitely can run it back this season.
And their core's still there, so 10th place for me.
All right. Fair enough. For me, I feel like my 13 to maybe 16 or 17 is going to be kind of close. I feel like all these teams are kind of similar kind of levels. Well, 14th I had Brentford and 15th I had Bournemouth. I think Everton are a little bit better than these two teams, so I got them 13. That's it. Yeah, moving along. We got none other than Southampton FC. Relegation or what?
Buddy, we don't have to spend too much time on this. In my list, I had them 19th, so second last in the table. Relegation, unfortunately. I mean, it's a newly promoted side that isn't screaming in quality. Obviously, some recognizable names. You got Bednarek in there. You got Kyle Walker-Peters. You know, losing Che Adams. It's not too much. Getting promoted and staying up is super hard. It's really difficult unless you're coming in with a lot of quality or a top gaffer or you make a decent signing or there's just something that happens along the way. But Look, I got Southampton 19th. Not much to say. I'm not too versed on the side, but I got better sides in front of them. A lot more better sides. So that's my basis.
Yeah, I'm with you there too. I actually got them in dead last. I got them in 20th. Armstrong, scored a lot of goals in the championship. Can you do it in the Prem? I don't know. Small bone and Downs in the mid. I don't really know too much about them in the mid. How much quality they'll bring. Back line, they got some experience there. And then the youngster that they signed from City. Sure. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough to kind of keep up with the other teams. If they do, I would honestly be pretty surprised if they stay up. Diaz coming in from Villarreal as well. He's kind of been all over the place. I'm not really too impressed by him. So I'm thinking dead last for Southampton, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah, this team is garbage. Absolute trash. Dead last. I'm not even going to say anything. Dead last. Go ahead.
Wow.
Dead last, eh?
That's all we need to hear.
Same thing. Not much to say here, but I'm going to give them a little bit of a shout here. I'm going to say 19th place.
Fair enough.
Wow.
19th
Generous of you.
place.
Very generous.
Dangerous.
I'm going to give them even more props. I'm going to put them at 17th.
They're staying up.
They
Staying
just
up, eh?
stayed up because of Brentford's horrible season. I have them just staying up.
Damn.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
17th.
For me, that last 20th place. So last season, all the teams that got promoted got relegated. I feel like the same thing's gonna happen this season now.
Damn.
Southampton gonna be one of those teams. Dead last for me.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
All
moving
right.
along, we got none other than CPFC Crystal Palace. What are we saying?
Crystal Palace. Look, they lost Elise to Bayern Munich. Tough loss, but it looks like they're keeping Guehi, one of England's best players at the Euros, arguably the best. So as of today, he's still on the side. Mateta, he was in that French Olympics side. Unfortunately, they lost in the final, but he was getting a lot of summer experience there. It got Kamada coming in from Lazio. Obviously, I'm a big Ezzy fan too. Abarici, he's a classy player. I like him a lot. I got Crystal Palace finishing directly mid-table. 10th. 10th in the table. That's my choice for Crystal Palace. AFC, by the way.
Boom. Fair enough. I got them one lower. I got them in 11th. I think, the loss of Elise, I think, will be felt a little bit. Obviously, Kamada coming in, he's a good player, but I don't know if he necessarily has that same kind of camaraderie that, Elise and Eze had. I think they fed off each other well. They worked together very well in those kind of two half spaces in this Glasner system. Kamada, I think, will do well because he's played under Glasner before, but I don't think it'll be enough to kind of, move any needles. I think a lot of the teams, 10th and above have gotten a lot stronger. They've brought in some big names, or they're just the big dogs in the league. And the big thing is, too, I don't know if Mateta's going to have that purple patch again. Last year, this guy came out of nowhere in like January, February, tucked in his kit, and scored like every single game, right? So I don't know if that's going to flow into this season as well. It's sometimes it's tough to kind of carry that purple patch over from season to season. If it happens, maybe they can sneak into a 10th or 9th, but I got them in 11th.
Yeah, I think we're all going to have them around that area from 9th to 11th. But I think Mateta carries on this purple patch onto next season, because if you watch him, he's quality, man. The touch on the ball he has, his dribbling abilities, finishing
Hold up
ability.
play.
He's a good player, man. I think he gets a move next year. But they're pretty much the replacement for Elise. It looks like it might be Kamada, not Sarr. But is Kamada a good enough replacement? For Frankfurt, you absolutely balled up, but for Lazio, he was just kind of a dud. If Glasner could get Kamada to get back to his best, Palace has a team here. But I got them finishing middle of the pack, same as Jay. 10th place.
Boom.
Boom, boom. Skitty boop, bam, bam. 10th place. Good shout. But I'm going to give these guys a little bit extra. 9th place for me. Again, we saw what players like Olise and Mateta did this Olympics tournament, finishing in 2nd place. I was surprised the way he played. I know they're facing U23 players, but dude, that guy was in the right place at the right time in some of those goals. Dude, big head up top, big target man. I do feel like they're gonna get 9th place, that also is because some of the teams that we're having against this league as well are going to be underperforming. So I do feel like these guys are going to be playing just as well as they did last season, but, you know, get that extra push forward because of the rest of the league and how it's going to be set up for me. So I got 9th place for these boys.
Fair enough.
I think a lot comes down to if Gueye actually stays. Obviously, links to Tottenham, Newcastle. Sorry.
Yeah.
Um,
A lot of teams. Yeah, a lot of teams in for him.
When
Quality
When's
player.
the window end again?
First, right?
First of
September
September?
1st.
yeah, so
Still got
there's
some
still
time.
some time.
Still got some time.
He's a quality player, Gueye. So if they keep him, if they lose him, I still think they'll finish around the middle. So I have them 11th.
Fair play.
Easy peasy.
So yeah, it seems like everyone kind of has them in like the same kind of range. And
Yeah.
I agree with you guys as well. Mid-table team, Buzz. I feel like they're the best of the mids. And with that being said, 9th place for me.
I like it.
Fair
But yeah,
enough.
moving along, we got none other than Fulham,
Fulham.
FC, managed by Marco Silva. What are you saying, Jay?
Ooh, I mean, we got Fulham. Fulham in the cut. They lost Balinia to Bayern Munich.
Finally.
One of my favorite players, obviously super talented. And losing him to Bayern Munich is tough. And there's Pereira, I like a lot. He's going to have to carry a big load in midfield there this season. They signed Emile Smith-Rowe, who I thought would be an Arsenal lifer.
Number 10, right?
They picked him up, Smith-Rowe. He might have a little like skinny breakout kind of year. You know, he's able to get more minutes, a bit more prominent role, which is cool. Last season they finished 13th, but this season I got them finishing 15th.
Damn.
15th,
eh?
man. 15. I got too many teams. Like, it's the Premier League. It's not the Liga 2 or the Liga 3. It's the Premier League. And they don't make the mark for me in that top half of the table. I got them 15, unfortunately. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, fair enough. I got them 12th, right? So similar to what they did last year. I think obviously losing Palhinha is huge. He was a big player for them. But I think they have enough players that can come in and fill that role. And I think Smith-Rowe, like you guys mentioned, I think will be him and Pereira in there, kind of as that creative duo. I think will do very, very good. For Fulham, they've looked pretty good in preseason so far, and I think Rodrigo Muniz is that sneaky striker that you have that can kind of consistently score goals for Fulham. I think it'll be enough to get them 12th. Nothing too exciting, but mid-table team.
Yeah, I think they're. I don't know. I think they're lower than mid-table. I think they're going to finish similar to what they did last year, maybe even lower. I think there's going to be a huge hole in the midfield without Palhinha there. I know Smith-Rowe will be there, but is he Palhinha? No. I don't know, man. They didn't really. Yeah, they just didn't replace him. I think they finished lower. I got them in 14th. They finished one lower.
14. I got these guys finishing a bit higher. 11th. 11th place for these guys. I like Smith-Rowe. He's young guy still. He has that stature where he's nifty, short, quick. He looks for those open passes. Also has a foot in him, right? Can get some goals.
Does he?
I know he got,
I hope he does.
Where's that foot, bro?
Just put in him.
Hey, yo. Never mind.
he's got a foot on him. He's got a nice one. So like he scored a goal the last game here, but again, great player coming from Arsenal. I think he's had some great seasons at Arsenal, man. It's just tough that he doesn't really have a spot there because of the performance of the other players, and he can definitely see some more rotation. But I think Arteta doesn't like rotating that much. Although playing a lot of football, we don't really see Arteta making that many changes into his starting 11 in the midfield for the most part, right? He has a staple player, so a move for Smith-Rowe to Fulham is a good one for him. I think to just kind of rejuvenate his form a little bit, and we'll see how this goes for him, right? Next couple of years, but I feel like he's gonna be a big player for them, and like James mentioned, Munoz, even Pereira being in there, and yeah, just great players overall in the squad, and I think they can get it done. 11th place for me.
Keep it simple. I say 15th.
15.
Up down 2. I like Smith-Rowe. Good player. Number 10. But nothing excites me, 15th.
Yeah, I mean, I got them around mid-table as well, too. I got them 12th, personally. Decent little team, but our team's better than them, and our team's worse. I got them 12th.
Dalit.
Moving on, we got Ipswich Town, newly promoted team. Are they going to stay up? Or Where are they gonna get relegated?
Well, it looks like they brought in Liam Delap, who's like was a City wonder kid kind of at one point. But I said it before in the previous squad. Getting promoted and staying up is hard. It's not easy. And I have Ipswich finishing dead last, 20th. I know Craig Forrest is a former Ipswich player. Ipswich legend, one of the best players in their history. So I'm sorry, Craig, if you're watching this, but I don't think they're going to stay up, my mate.
Man's
So,
glazing over here.
unfortunately, Craig, I got Ipswich finishing last.
Bro is not listening to you, bro.
Yeah, he might
He
be tapped in.
watches.
He might be tapped in. And I'll hate to hear. I got the 19th, right? Not quite dead last, but I think there's just really not much to write home about with this squad here. Obviously, bringing in Hutchinson from Chelsea, Delap, some big names there. But losing Sarmiento, was a big player for them last season who was there on loan. Scarlett as well from Spurs. A lot of those loan players gone. I think that'll kind of take a toll on the team. And I just don't think there's enough quality in that side to finish any higher than 19th, maybe 18th. So I'm going to slide them in at 19th. I think they'll go straight back down and then try to fight their way back up.
Yeah, I don't see these guys doing anything. I feel like it's going to be like just one of those teams that just came in here. You know the Simpsons meme when the dad walks in, walks right back out? It's going to be that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So 19th place.
Fair play.
These nerve. Okay. Yeah, definitely a team that I do see dropping back into the championship. Just like I had Southampton in 19th, I'm going to put these guys in 20th, so dead last for me. But yeah, it's I don't see many players coming in that's going to make a big difference. This is the Premier League. So, if you want it, you have to come and get it.
Come get it, baby.
Baby.
20th place. Let's move on. Hurry up.
Damn.
I mean, like I said with Southampton, all the teams that got promoted are gonna get relegated, and that's the case with Ipswich Town, 19. Next up, we got Leicester City, or some like to say Leicester City.
Steve Cooper.
Also newly promoted team. Obviously a different manager than last season. We got Steve Cooper this time, as last season we have Enzo Maresca. But what are we saying with Leicester?
Look, Leicester City, man. Premier League champions in 2016. Back in the Prem. And Didi, always a huge fan. And look, I get they lost their gaffer. I get they lost Maresca. But is Jamie Vardy still on the side? Answer me that.
Somewhere in there.
Is Jamie Vardy still in the squad?
Somewhere in
Yes
I
or
don't,
there.
think,
no?
I don't think it matters.
Just answer the question. Is Jamie Vardy still in the squad?
Somewhere in there, man.
Then I'm not having them relegated. You kidding me?
Nah.
Where do I have Leicester City finishing next season? I got them finishing 13th.
13? Nah.
Jamie,
I rate you, Jay.
I will
rate
never
you.
not believe in Jamie Vardy.
How old is he?
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter,
What do you
dude.
mean
Doesn't
How
matter.
old could he?
Oh, you're comparing Cristiano to Jamie
There's
Vardy?
a party
Premier
when there's
League winner.
party.
Come on, bro.
Jamie Vardy, man.
That guy's finished.
13th for Leicester. No relegation.
That's
and you can come back to this. and
crazy, bro.
Figure it out.
Crazy enough, bro. I'm right with you, man. I got them slided in right at 13th as well. Steve Cooper coming
Man,
in.
you guys are so cute, bro.
I don't know. I don't really know. To be honest, it's kind of crazy that we both had them 13th because they were like kind of my sleeper pick to kind of like stay up and
Sleeper,
like
eh?
make a little bit of an impact, like make a little bit of noise. I think Leicester, they just have like the best vibes about these newly promoted teams, right? They have a little bit of an aura about them, right? Like Ipswich don't really have aura. Southampton, no aura. But Leicester, there's a bit of an aura. Like they're Premier League winners, right? People remember that.
There's aura
right?
in that squad always.
And I think, dude, you got someone like Big Wilf in the middle there. He's been there, done that, the number 6. And, dude, don't forget about Bobby Reed. Dude, Bobby Reed's an absolute baller. Jamaican international, right? Don't forget.
Yeah.
Came from Fulham. I think he'll do bits, man. Bobby Reed with Wilf. Mavidi in there, too, was a baller last year. Young lad Fatou from Sporting as well. I think will cause a lot of problems on the wing. They got a lot of tricky players. Okoli, youngster coming in from Atalanta as well. Nothing wrong with an Italian center half, right? They're usually good to have at least one in your side, right? So I think they'll do
guy's
quite
saying.
well. I think 13th for Leicester, and then I think they'll kind of, stay up.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. I have also in 13th.
Damn.
I was saying, yeah, me too. Yeah, me
Oh.
too. I think this team is just bound to do something like slightly magical this year. Like Mavidi is an absolute baller. I mean, we're gonna see it this year in the Prem. they didn't lose too many players from when they got relegated. Like they still have Ndidi, they still have Daka, they still have Vestgaard, still have Justin. That they still have a decent amount of players that are Premier League proven that they didn't lose. So they're one of the only teams that I've seen that has kept their players from when they got relegated to have when they got promoted. So I think that's a big up for them. The only problem with Leicester is Steve Cooper. How is he going to do with this Leicester side?
He's a goofy looking,
But
looking lad.
I think he's going to do just fine. 13th place.
Nah, bro.
You know what's crazy?
You guys are glazing, bro.
What's crazy?
You got them 13th as
I
well?
also have them in 14th place.
That's close enough.
14th place. Again, this squad brings in something different when we see them. Something sweet, something juicy. We don't know. But Leicester City, again, I think it's going to be mostly, again, based on how the other teams are performing this season. Just underperforming as well. But I do feel like these guys bringing in some big signings in as well, looking to stay in the Premier League. So I got these guys in 14th place.
Damn.
Yeah.
Glazers over here.
Problem?
But I too have him in 12th place.
And 12?
And you were calling us
There's
crazy.
a party when there's Vardy. And I heard there's rumors of Wilfred Zaha might be going back to the Prem. Leicester's one of those
I'm
teams.
hearing Crystal Palace, though.
No, I didn't hear Crystal Palace.
I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of rumors surrounding Leicester. I think, they haven't really signed, they signed a couple players, but they probably
Exactly.
still have money to spend.
Yeah.
They definitely still have some money to spend, right?
So 12th place for me. I want to see these guys party when there's Vardy.
Bro, y'all are glazing Leicester, man. Have you guys not noticed that they're missing their best component of their team? Enzo Maresca? You guys think Steve Cooper over here is going to cook and get 12th, 13th place?
He
Come
might,
on,
bro.
And Jamie Vardy, too? A 37-year-old? Come on. You ain't doing nothing.
You never know.
Ain't doing nothing, bro.
I
They're going
think-
back down. 18th place, bro.
Wow.
I got Leicester 18, man.
That's crazy,
along.
bro.
Next up, we got none other than Wolves. What are you saying for Wolves?
I mean, look, they lost Pedro Neto, who's a fantastic player, obviously. I like him a lot. But they have Gonzalo Guedes. they have Huang. Great players. Like, they finished 14th last season. Where do I have them? I have them improving. I have them
Damn.
finishing 12th on my list.
Damn.
Jeez, bro.
12?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Really?
I have them
looking
finishing
cooked.
12.
Tommy Doyle's a
You
quality
just had to
player.
fit them in. That's
Yeah.
why you put them in 12.
I have them finishing 12. Look, Wolves are just a prototypical mid-table team. And 12 is just like you're the 12th man. Wolves.
Yeah.
That's my big man.
Fair enough. I got them getting relegated, to be honest. I got them in 18th.
Damn.
I think they're going to be maybe that one team that can't quite find that replacement for Neto. I know he gets injured quite a lot, doesn't really play the whole season, but I still think he brought that little bit of quality for them, was able to rescue those few points here and there. Kilman, I think, as well, was, starting center back for them. Mosquera, young lad coming in from Villarreal, young Colombian. Don't know too much about him, but if he's going to be, the starter that's in there, a little unproven in my books, right? So I think with that being said, not much here gets me excited. Lemina's going to really have to go off. Him and Joao Gomes would really have to, pull the strings for this team if they want to stay up. I don't think they will. I think they're going down 18th place. See you in a couple years, Wolves.
Jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, I got them going down as well. They're going
Damn.
to finish in 18th place. It's going to come down to them in Everton.
Jeez.
And they've been losing their best player every single year. They've lost when Adama Traore was having that absolute season. They lost him to Barca. And they lost Ruben Neves to Saudi. Now they lost Neto. They just keep getting worse and worse. They keep falling down the chart. This is the year where they get relegated. 18th place.
19.
18.
Bonjour. I got these guys finishing in 13th place.
Damn.
Fair play.
Again, I'm going to keep saying it mainly because the other teams are the way they're performing. But some signings coming in, replacing some of the players. I don't think they got any worse. I also don't think they got any better. But I do feel like they can stick around the same kind of side of the table. So I'm going to put 13th place for these lads. Gary O'Neill. Let's see what he's cooking. Can you smell it?
I can't.
No.
Did you fire?
No. The Rock, man.
From my perspective, I don't see any Portuguese signings. I don't like this. This is Wolves to call. Wolves Chugal.
And no Portuguese manager either.
And no Portuguese manager. I don't like that. When I see Wolves, I see Portugal. They lost a Portuguese player, the best player last season. I got them in 16th place. Let me confirm. Yeah, 16th place.
See, it's funny you say that because I also have them in 16. You know, not the best team. Obviously, lost their best player, that creative spark, that goal-scoring spark in their attack. Not the worst team in this table, but they'll be close to the bottom, but not quite at 16.
Vamos.
Moving on, we got none other than Nottingham Forest.
Oh, shit.
Gassed by Nuno Espírito Santo.
Oh, no.
What are you saying for Nottingham?
Look, in my list, I have them finishing 16th. So one above their previous season's finish. Milenkovic from Fiorentina. Quality center half. You know, obviously a good friend of the pod. Interviewed him once upon a time, Michele, or TLN. So that was awesome. And I learned a lot about him in that interview. He's a quality guy, quality player. Alanga, obviously. He's a key winger. He's techy. He's quick. He's exciting. John Joe Shelby, Liverpool legend. Murillo out back with Milenkovic is a pretty decent center back pairing. If I do got to say myself, obviously you got Neco Williams in there at right back. Hudson-Odoi. You know, you have some individual talent piece in this side. A gaffer who I like as well. I do enjoy Nuno. I think he's a decent gaffer. Yeah, he's got the NES abbreviation. One of my favorite gaming systems. So
this guy's shouting out everything.
There's a lot to like.
There's a lot to like in this squad. I think it's decent. One above last season. I got them 16th.
16th, yeah. For me personally, I got them 14th.
What?
For a few different reasons,
That's
right?
crazy.
One is because that's just where they fit in my
Exactly,
my
that's
table
why.
right now. But I can give you a few reasons why I think they will finish that high in the table, right? You're looking at that team there. Dude, it just screams solid, right? Like you have.
I don't know about that, bro.
Dude, you got two techie wingers. You know, Alanga and Hudson-Odoi are both, you know, quality-ish wingers that can do the job on any given day. And you know what? They're match winners. Those are match-winning players. Those are players that can steal you a point or three, depending on the day.
Or none.
Gibbs White is an underrated number 10, right? He's a goal-scoring kind of player there. And, dude, if you're looking at the strike partnership, dude, you got Chris Wood, but then you also got Owoni coming off the bench, the Nigerian lad. And I think that's a dynamic duo. You know, if they want to throw two up top, they can. If they want to have Wood starting, Owoni coming on against tired legs, they got that in their locker as well. And like Jay said, dude, Milenkovic coming in there at the back, shore things up a little bit. And let's talk about Elliot Anderson coming in for big money from Newcastle, 40 mil. You know, we don't really know too much about him, youngster, but maybe he has a breakout season next to Sangare in the mid there. And dude, I think 14th is where they'll be.
Not bad. I think it's healthy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably going to have to top you there. I'm going to have to go 11th.
Wait, what?
Seriously?
I messed up my damn
top.
team.
Oh my gosh, man. You guys are so dumb.
It is what it is.
To the listeners, you could tell who came prepared.
Yeah, seriously.
I messed up my table.
That's
if,
crazy.
if anything, I would have actually had them maybe in 14th, but it is what it is. We're going to keep them in 11th.
Dang.
We're gonna keep it right here.
That's
They
crazy.
signed a whole lot of mid. Milenkovic is not what he was back in the day, like 2 years ago. He fell off quite hard. That's why he got to move over to the Forest. John Joe Shelby is way past it.
Come on.
I didn't know moving to the Prem is a fall off.
Oh, it is. Definitely is. Conference league wears to
To
like
the Premier League.
mid-table Premier League. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a pretty big fall off. But
Fair.
Anderson, I don't know too much about, so we'll see how he is. And I do like Gibbs White a lot. So
11th.
11th
Hey,
place, baby.
I'm right with you there, man. Upper mid-table, lower mid-table, whatever you want to call it. We're there. Dan, where do you got these lads?
You kind of sold me the dream. You sold me the Nottingham Forest dream.
I did what I can.
They
Whole
should
lot
make
of
you
waffle,
the
bro.
salesman. That's why I got these guys in 18th place.
You're going down?
Relegation,
They're
brother.
not going down.
Relegation.
I'll bet you
Look at
money
this
they're
guy.
not
This guy
going
looks
down.
lost.
Espiritu
He's the guy
Santo,
that
he's
was
from
on a
Saudi,
dude.
dude.
Dude, where did John Joe Shelby play last season?
Turkey.
Okay, exactly. I think a lot of these players that they're picking up are washed players.
Dude, some things you just don't lose.
Oh my
and John Joe, his tech, his ability to spray the
When
ball.
was
Bro,
he tech?
The guy
will-
lost.
dude,
The guy lost a
Not
lot.
anymore, bro.
The
Dude,
guy
he
lost a
will
lot
never lose it, man.
way long ago.
All
The
right,
only
man.
thing he
Bro, the only thing he has going for is his nice Not even that. Head of hair.
Nah, man. Talk to me when John Joe's picking up the ball from deep
And doing nothing.
spraying wide to these techie wingers,
No, man.
Maybe a
and
decade
securing
ago, bro.
Forest 3 points.
I like him. I like him.
I'm sorry, bro. These signings are not it for me. Finishing in 17th last season. These guys are just not it. I have them dropping into the championship next season. 18th place for me. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to agree with my brother here, but bring him down one. 19th place.
Damn, really?
For you guys, bro, you didn't have your team ready.
You're
This
insane.
guy didn't have
But I
his
think
team
they have
ready.
more of a chance of finishing 11th than 19th.
Are you dumb?
Same, yeah.
The only
You think
Anderson
so?
I know is the Brazilian, Golden Boy,
Yes,
from
yeah,
Manchester
Brazilian.
United. That's the
You-
only Anderson I know.
You don't know ball, man.
What
You-
Anthony
you don't know.
Anderson,
You don't know
bro?
young talent, man.
That's the
Buddy, I
only
heard
package.
Alan Pardew's coming in as assistant coach. You know what John
Oh
Joe does
my
under Alan
God.
Pardew?
Nothing. They go
is
dance.
crazy.
19th is mad.
These guys finished 17th. They just missed relegation.
But dude,
Yeah,
look,
but not under Nuno.
Who did they bring
yeah.
in?
Dude, new gaffer and quality.
Exactly, new gaffer. There's
Quality there,
nothing.
man.
This team was supposed to do something like last year when they brought in all these
Nah,
players.
like
that, you
2
know,
years ago.
Takes
3
time
years
to
ago.
gel, man.
Yeah, exactly. And now they're bringing in another couple more players in, losing 4 players.
It's fine.
Well,
Getting a
Freuler
new
wasn't on
gaffer.
the team last year.
Who?
Freuler. He got a little.
Same
got
thing,
logo.
man. You guys are goofy. You guys are smelling something over there.
All
They
right,
didn't lose
man.
anyone good.
But,
19th.
they also didn't get anyone good.
I mean, that's an upgrade from the 4 they lost.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
It
bro,
is.
It is.
I got them relegated.
All right.
There's better teams than that.
Matt,
To me, this team is screaming just surviving relegation. I got them finishing 17.
but
man.
they're surviving.
They're surviving, but they're
Yeah,
not getting relegated.
that's fine, yeah.
17.
That's what I like to hear.
No
You
38.
don't think 11th?
Nah, definitely not 11.
The fuck was
That's
that?
crazy.
Seems like we got all the, mid to trash teams out of the way. Let's move on to some of the heavy hitters.
You're
Let's talk about Liverpool Football Club. What are you saying, Jay?
Liverpool, I'm wearing the kit right now.
Big pool.
A lot
Sure.
of quality in their side. Last season, third. Right off the bat, I got them finishing fifth.
Damn.
So out of Champions League spots, I think Klopp is a huge loss. Klopp is the only manager they've ever had that won them a Premier League. You think they could just do it again with Arne Slot? Nah, Klopp's a huge loss. He completely changed the culture at Liverpool. I get he only won one Prem, one UCL, but he completely changed the winning culture of the team. They were such a loser team before, even when Stevie G was there, and it was just like they really needed that change. Do they have quality on the field? Yes. I love Diaz. I love Mo Salah. I love even Joe Gomez, Curtis Jones. Friends of the pod, right? Great footballers in that sense. But
Hey, friends.
yeah, I got them finishing fifth. I don't think Alexander Arnold's head is in it. I think his head is in Madrid.
Damn.
Not yet.
Yeah,
man.
because him and Jude were having that summer together in
they're in
LA.
Ibiza. In Ibiza, I think.
They've been traveling all summer. I'm sure Jude's giving them a job come to Madrid, man.
Yeah.
And his head's not in it.
Yeah, he's got pull.
His head's not in it. He thinks he's a midfielder, and it's Van Dijk is just another year older, another year of getting dribbled past. Look, I like the side. I like a lot of their players, but I had them finishing fifth out of UCL. This is
Damn.
the downfall
mad.
of Liverpool Football Club. They
Starting
lost
already, eh?
They lost Jurgen Klopp.
So it's going to start
Liverpool
immediately.
will be garbage this upcoming season.
Damn.
Big Jurgen.
Yeah, Klopp, I agree. I think Klopp's definitely a huge loss. And dude, one thing that's a little concerning for me, no signings made yet.
Still time.
Brother, the league starts next week. Chop chop.
Zubamendi declined them, bro.
Zubamendi declined them, right? So it's he was supposed to be their 6. Who's gonna play the 6? Is it gonna be Endo? Is it gonna be Gravenberch? Is it gonna be McAllister? I don't really know. Matip as well. A little bit of a depth piece they lose, but I think Kwanzaa will step in quite well. And yeah, with all that being said, I actually have him finishing second.
Second.
Which maybe it sounds a little crazy, but hear me out. All right,
Oh my
dude.
god.
One last dance for Mo. One last dance for Verge. I think, dude, with Darwin Nunez, Jota, Diaz, Gakpo, that's a lot of firepower. And if maybe one of those players can tie their boots on straight, they'll have a serious attack. And I think Szoboszlai will have a breakout under Slot. That's my prediction. I got them finishing second, fighting for the title.
Fighting for the title.
Fighting for the title. That's what you heard me. I didn't stutter.
That's
Big
great.
ass stutter.
I agree with top 4, but I don't know about second.
Yeah, man.
I feel like there's 2 teams that are just above them. So I guess I'm putting them third. But they definitely will make a big signing. They have one in them this year.
Big signing. Midfield or a different position?
It could be a midfielder or a defender. I don't think they sign any forward.
They,
It's most likely going to be a 6.
they don't need another forward, man. They got too many.
Yeah. It's
Right.
either going to bring in a left back or something because Anderson's always hurt and they have
Anderson.
Simcast. I mean, Robertson.
Oh.
I say Anderson
I don't know.
because Anderson was the last one.
Yeah.
Robertson's always hurt. So maybe they bring in a fullback or a center back or a 6. No, I got them 3rd. They're still good enough to make that top 4 with or without Klopp. Danny.
It's a lot of thought.
I don't know this guy.
You don't know Arnie Slot?
I don't know about him.
Came from
From the other days.
Fine.
Another
Feyenoord?
bald gaffer, bro.
Don't know about
Feyenoord,
him, man.
Feyenoord, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Don't know about it, man. And seeing the none in the ins, no one coming in.
It's just what. Well, there was some guy, but he's irrelevant. I don't know. It's like some their 6th choice keeper.
Some random bloke. Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of these players are past their prime. Salah, Van Dijk, even Arnold, dude. Even Arnold. And who's gonna be accompanying Van Dijk at the back there?
Probably
Is it-
Konate.
Is it still gonna be Konate? You know. I don't see this team doing just as well as in 3rd place, but I do see them coming in top 4, in 4th place.
Okay.
Fair
okay.
enough.
4th place for me. It's going to be mainly because of the players that they have on the pitch. Obviously, a great set of players, but I do feel like they're just past their prime a little bit, a handful of them. And I think it's time for some big signings. They just haven't done anything for me. So if they want to start seeing minutes, I don't know if maybe this gaffer just wants maybe a season to kind of see what he is dealing with. If there's going to be players going out this season and then it's kind of pick up some stuff next season, you know. It's really hard for a coach to come into a squad like this and say, you know what, I'm going to make these changes, knowing that he has a good set of hands already and a good set of feet. So, I think
4th.
I think it's going to be more of a season to play around for him, you know. Trial and error, as they would say.
Yeah.
Fiddle around
So,
a bit,
yeah.
right?
I don't know about
Trial and
that.
error and you come forth. That's crazy.
You can trial and error with his squad and come forth, man.
Yeah.
Compared to the other teams in the league right now,
You can finish 2nd,
you
too.
can then. I don't know about 2nd, bro. Who do you got, Dave?
Like Jay was saying, obviously Klopp brought that aura. He brought that culture to this team. Brought those trophies to this team. But the bald gaffer also brings aura.
Cannot.
Look at
That's the exception.
Look at the stare.
Look at that thing, bro. That thing's shiny.
That thing, eh?
And that thing. And like you guys saying, yes, of course, no one really came into the team. No transfers, but they didn't really lose much, to be honest, either. Thiago was not playing. Retired right after this, went to Barcelona. Shout out to Thiago. Carvalho didn't also play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thiago, Matip was injury prone.
Yeah.
Lost form.
Old, too.
Old. If anything, I think a lot of players from Liverpool had a great season outside of the season. Euros,
Yeah.
Copa America, Darwin Núñez went off.
Diaz.
Diaz went off.
Trying to tell you.
Gakpo went off. These are players that you want to go off. They're young stars. Yes, of course, they still have Salah, but look, you have everyone else going off now. So they still have a lot of potential, and they didn't lose much. They didn't lose anything, to be honest. All they're missing is a 6. They'll get a 6 soon. I have them finishing the same spot, 3rd place.
Interesting. I mean, we did mention that Klopp left, obviously, but I feel like Arne will slot in nicely at Liverpool. Obviously, Mo Salah, he's guaranteed at least 20, 30 GA every season. I feel like he's going to continue at this season. Now, I'm going to say this, Darwin Núñez, I feel like he's going to break out, bro. I feel like
Yes,
he's going to have a
I
great
can see
season. I
that.
feel like he's going to start scoring. We did see him get a lot of chances last season, but couldn't convert. But with that being said, I feel like he'll be converting this season and scoring at least 15 goals. And with that being said, I got Liverpool 3rd.
I agree.
All right, next
Damn.
up, we got Newcastle. Eddie Howe's Newcastle last season, 7th place. Do they finish higher?
Man, Newcastle United. I love this team. I really do. And if
I
they
love this
keep
game.
Ant Gordon, if Liverpool doesn't pry him away, man, they got so much talent. Another year of Isak. What a player. Another year of Bruno G, now one of the captains of the team. Brilliant. Maestro in midfield. I mean, I already said about Ant Gordon. He's one of my favorite wingers in the league. So electric. You got Jacob Murphy, who's team DJ, by the way. So he's setting the vibes in the team. And there's so many friends of the podcast on this team, you know. Ant Gordon, Callum Wilson, Nick
Bruno
Pope,
G.
you know, Bruno G. Like, this is such a likable team, very personal characters, and they didn't get worse. They didn't lose too much. They gained a couple signings, but look, they finished 7th last season. I got them finishing 6th.
Nice.
Improving one place, slowly getting better and better. Man, I really like this team. I like a lot of their players. I got them finishing 6th. Up the tune, man.
Up the tune, man. Up the tune to 6th place for me as well.
Tune monsters.
You know, I think a lot of injuries last season. You know, had them down there. 6th
Hella
place. Tonali comes back at some point as well, right? So you can bet your bottom dollar that he'll be making an impact on the team,
Definitely bet on it.
right? So, you know, I'm going to bet on them finishing 6th place. I think Isak will, you know, have another phenomenal season. Gordon as well. Back line looking pretty solid there as well. Lewis Hall coming in left back. Big Dan Byrne playing center back now.
You got Tino Livramento.
He was always meant to be center back. You know, there's no way 6'7" Dan Byrne was supposed to be out on the wing there. So I think he'll slot in pretty nicely there. And you know what? I don't think they're done. I think maybe they'll sneak in a little signing there. So 6th place for the tune.
I got them finishing worse than last year. I think they're getting 8th. I think they're going to get 8th place.
This guy's thing is messed up, bro. You messed it up badly.
What, dude?
No,
No, I
team.
wanted them 8th.
Okay.
I don't think Eddie Howe is the solution to this team.
Wow.
For them to finish in a higher spot, I think they got to go for someone out of England at manager. I do think that Livramento has a breakout year, though. He's going to be an absolute ball. He might be the best right back in the Premier League this year. That's my shout.
That's insane.
I do think they need a center back, though. They do need a center back here.
Boltman a little injury prone there too, right?
Botman
Sven
injury
Botman,
prone.
right?
Shar is a little bit old now.
They also might sign Guehi still.
If that happens, they would move up my rankings. But as of right now, they finish 8th. They don't have a good enough team to be higher and a good enough gap
Fair.
to finish higher.
Miley's a talent, too.
Yeah, James.
And
Jamie.
yeah, Tonali's like pretty much a new signing, but I still got them 8th.
Fair play. Cleanup crew.
I like that, but no, I don't. I got them finishing in 10th place.
10.
That's
10.
worse.
Nah, that's
Please.
insane.
Someone messed up their bracket.
No. A lot of teams improved. I think more than Newcastle have, although having a great squad. I just feel like it's gonna come down to some players not really stepping up when they need them to. Maybe Eddie Howe not putting the right players out there. Maybe making some changes. But I have them in 10th place. I also have some other teams, performing really well this season. So I feel like these guys are going to be underperforming this season.
Damn.
In my books. 10th place.
What else can I say? I'm wearing the shirt.
Jeez.
The boys, the tunes, the
nice
two
shirt.
monsters. There's no other spot other than, for me, perfect fit, 9th place.
9? Well, y'all have them that low?
Y'all were calling us crazy for
Come
some of our
on,
takes
bro.
before.
You
Those
You gotta
are some,
understand, there's a lot of teams that got a lot of good players.
those are some outrageous takes.
I'm sorry. It's a good team, but there's just, for me personally, there's more teams that did a lot better in the transfer market. I have the 9th.
Damn.
That's simple as
I'm
that.
excited for you to reread out your list.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
I wonder what you have
I think
ahead.
my
I
list
forgot
is
what you have
perfect.
ahead of them.
Yeah.
I think I got the best one.
Okay.
But we go.
I mean, for me, I think I have them at the highest place out of all of us. I have them 5th place, bro. So 7th last season. This season, no European competition to worry about. So don't got to worry about all the extra games. They kept their same team pretty much. All their stars are there. I feel like everyone's gotten better. I feel like everyone's still has a chance to get better. Isak, wonderful player. I feel like he's going to explode onto the scene this season. Just solid team overall. And yeah, 5th place for me, man. I feel like they're going to do good this season.
Fair play.
But yeah, moving along. A few more teams left.
Moving along.
We got none other than the Gunners, the Gooners. We got Arsenal. Talk to me, Jay.
Gunners, man. Second biggest team in London. Obviously, they're really coming off a couple of good seasons. It almost feels like they're at that tipping point. They're almost at the top of the mountain. They signed Calafiori, who had a breakout Euro campaign. Really talented Italian defender, left back / center back. Curious to see how he slots in. If he goes left back instead of Zinchenko or Kivior. Mikel Arteta, he's a Pep disciple. A lot of people like him. I don't like gaffers that kill football. I like gaffers that are managers and let their players do what they want. Because it's top level football. You shouldn't have to teach these players how to play a game of football. But whatever. Not really any departures. Smith Rowe barely played. El Neni, who? Lakanga, who? But another team that's continuously improving, right? They're gonna keep improving. With that said, last season second, this upcoming season, second.
Damn.
Second, man. Second place. They won't be able to reach that mountaintop just because, just because. We'll explain why in a bit. But obviously, I love the team. But second, man, it just won't be enough. It's never enough in the Premier League.
Yeah. I'm with you. I agree. Calafiori, I think, is a brilliant signing. But how many center backs are we going to play at any given time? Too many in my books. No strikers still. Attack lacks depth. Third place for me. I got Liverpool second. I think Liverpool still have a better attack, right? And at the end of the day, if your attack is firing, you're going to finish high in the Prem. I know Arteta, relies on being a little bit more secure, a little bit more stable. Throw that out the window. I want to have some fun. I like Liverpool, high intensity. Let's have some fun. Second place for the Pool. Third place for the Gunners. It'll be close between those two. But I think Arsenal will just slip up a little bit on their little quest to climb the mountain. Third place.
Arsenal will regret not signing Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
They need a 9.
Or Osimhen.
Him too.
It can still happen.
Still time, bro.
But Osimhen to Chelsea, I heard.
I got enough guys, bro.
I saw some rumblings of Arsenal. I gotta say it, man. Arsenal are winning the Premier League, and I'll tell you why. I think Calafiori is the perfect signing for this team. Not only are people saying that he's a center back, he shouldn't be playing left back, but he played left back his whole life. On Bologna, he played center back, but in a tactic that was positionless football, which pretty much made him a left back. So his best position is probably at left back, where he's going to be inverted, kind of like Zinchenko was. So that being said, second place, they've always slacked off towards the end of the year. I don't think they got that. This is going to be their third year, and third year is the charm, and that's the good luck year. It's got to be the third year. They have to win it this year. There's no way City win it again. There can't be a way. If Arsenal bottle another year, then they're never winning a Premier League title
Ever.
with Arteta. And he should be sacked. No, I'm joking, but
Jeez.
Arsenal win.
This is why Arsenal win the league next season.
Damn.
First place for me. First place for me. James saying they're going to be underperforming compared to Liverpool. You got Liverpool in second,
You heard me.
and these guys in third.
Yep.
Liverpool making no signings. Arsenal making that big signing here with Calafiori, and also with a new gaffer in Liverpool. Bro, Arteta knows what he's doing. He's got these boys cooking. It just comes down to the last few fixtures where they need to keep their momentum high all season long, keep that form going. If it means making one or two more signings, which I think they will make that one big signing for striker, I think it's going to happen, which is going to just take them to the next level and bring them that title home. But I do see them winning the Premier League next season. First place for me. Arteta is going to bring it home to the boys in London, the boys in red. Again, Calafiori, big signing. He did really well this Euro season. But yeah, I don't think nothing too crazy with this squad and the way it's changing, but I think he just knows what he's doing. And I think they just got to keep the momentum and not lose focus when it comes to those big games and the last straw, the last run of games in the end of the season where, wins you trophies for the most part, right? So, first place for me, Arsenal. London's red.
Damn.
London's been red. I bleed red. And that's why I have Arsenal
Also.
coming first.
Damn.
That's 3 for 3. 3 for 6.
35.
I goon for the Gooners. Wait, I think. 4 for. We'll see what Matt's saying. I goon for my Gunners. And
Nice.
like you said, Calafiori, only one person coming in, but that's the one person you need to really lift up this team. Like we said, Zinchenko had a fall off in a very big dip in form last season. Calafiore, he's techie on the ball. He can be techie on the ball. We saw what he did with that goal, that assist. Ran down the whole freaking middle of the field and gave that perfect pass. This is the year Kai Havertz finished the season off strong at the end. And it's only up from here. I think there's just not much. There's not much you can do to this team. Obviously, a striker, a proper 9, would be amazing. But they did well last season. They fought for it all the way to the end, and they had no proper striker. They had Kai Havertz, who didn't do anything until the end of the season. Or was the other Brasileiro up top? He did nothing. So for them to do that well and not have a proper 9, that tells you a lot. So I think with Calafiore coming in, he feels in that position that can really switch this squad up now. Like they can play in a 3 in the back. They can have, when they attack, maybe White pushes up a bit more, maybe Calafiore pushes up more. There's so much more you can do with this team. And like they lost no one as well. Like you said, Lukonga, El Neni, and Smith Rowe. Bro, it's easy for me. Third time's the charm, like Spatty said, and I have Arsenal winning the league. Vamos.
And also, is there anybody on this team that has aura?
No.
Now they have aura. Calafiore.
That's crazy.
Man City has aura with Haaland and maybe De Bruyne. Now Arsenal has aura.
Arsenal got some aura.
A little bit.
What about Odegaard?
Or like
Nah,
little
you know what it is?
He's
What
getting
about
there.
Nah. It's
Who?
Book.
Who's Buk?
Bukayo.
Oh, Bukayo. No, he has no aura. He just
Yeah,
has
he
limping
got
aura. I
aura.
guess.
He's cute. He's like the cutie. Like, you know how you had Kante as a cutie? Didn't really have aura, but he was just
but
cute.
that's not aura.
Saka is a cutie. Calafiore brings in a little bit of aura now, right? It's the hair, right? He's a good-looking guy, right? Let's just
I say Declan has aura too.
No.
Ew! He has negative aura.
Declan's a.
You look at Declan, you just see his dancing videos.
Yeah,
Bro, when I saw Bernardo Silva, a multi-time Premier League winner, say Declan Rice is one of the most underrated players in the Prem, that means something. So
Nah,
when I
can't be
hear
underrated for
Declan
anything.
Rice, the first video that comes just to my mind is when he was sleeping and he gets waken up.
man got startled.
Yeah.
But no, the aura
to
comes
sleep.
with the flow, I think, and that's why we have aura. Look at my flow.
All right, buddy.
Okay, next.
That's crazy.
But
That's
anyways, me personally, I feel like this one's gonna come down to the wire again this season. I feel like 1 and 2 are gonna be super close come the end of the season. But I feel like finally the student will become the master. And Mickey Arteta will bring the Gunners the league title.
Damn.
Arsenal will be winning the league this season. William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes, best center back duo in the league. Great midfield, Odegaard, Declan Rice, one of the best 6s in the league as well. Bukayo Saka, you heard it here first, player of the year.
Ooh.
Damn.
And that's going to help Arsenal get first place this coming season. Let's move along.
So that's 4 of us having Arsenal win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and one last thing.
Oh.
In the last 5 years, no Community Shield winner has gone on to win the league. Who won the Community Shield a few days ago? City. They ain't going to win it.
Also, every team Delict has signed for the first year, they win their league. So Delict just signed for United. They're winning the league, baby. Let's go.
Damn.
No, I'm
Didn't you
joking.
just say Arsenal?
I was joking, man.
Moving along. A few more teams left.
Speaking of United,
Speaking of shite.
Speaking of the leagues, we have none other than the Red Devils, Manchester United. What are we saying for Man U?
Well, Man U, they finished 8th last season. Always a team that's in the media. You know, they're the biggest team in England, so they get a lot of shouts. You know, Eric Ten Hag, he's always in the hot seat. There's always some kind of drama, whether it's Sancho, whether it's Bruno with the armband, whether it's Rashford not being on form. There's always something going on. So it's always a difficult locker room. I feel for Man United players, it's not easy. It's kind of like playing for the Cowboys. Like, it's bare pressure, honestly. But they finished 8th last season. I got them finishing 4th this season.
Ooh.
Sneaking into Champions League. Yeah, they signed Lenny Yoro, who got injured. Xerxes, kind of trash, but we'll see how he does.
I agree.
But with that said, I do like a lot of the players on their team. You know, I like Kobe Mainu. I like Garnacho. I would like to see Mason Mount get some kind of resurgence because I like him as a footballer. Johnny Evans, like, I don't know why, like, he's still getting a chance in that squad. Like, he should be nowhere near it. Nowhere. But it's still a decent team that's improving. Diallo, he's back in the mix. Casemiro, bounce back season. I got Man United 4th. Champions League.
4th is kind of mad.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty mad.
Say it.
Say what?
You're gonna put him fourth too.
Who, me? No, I already have a team in 4th. I got Chelsea in 4th. I got United. I got United in 5th. For me, it was either between 5th or 8th. I feel like 8th was kind of harsh. I do like Delict. I do like Mazraoui if those actually do come fully through, which it looks like they will get over the line. Not confirmed just yet. But I think Delict will make a difference back there. He's a solid center half. I think under Ten Hag played well. Yoro, who knows? Xerxes can potentially make a difference. That you need. Sometimes you just need that 9.5 in your team, right? And Xerxes is probably one of the only 9.5s in football, so he says. So yeah. Give him 5th. Maybe push Chelsea a little bit. They'll fight for that Champions League spot. But I think they'll have a better season this year than they did last. Right? Not because of Mason Mount. But yeah.
Yeah. Manchester United, the mighty Reds. 8th place last year under one of the worst managers in the Prem. Yodo's going to be a loss. He's not back till December, I believe. December.
Delict, though.
They got Delict. Yeah, but Delict is going to be partnering another idiot.
Who?
He's going to be partnering with Maguire, Evans, or Martinez.
Licha, no?
Yeah, maybe
Licha.
Martinez, but when Shaw's there, yeah.
Yeah.
How many games is Shaw going to be there? Who knows? Mazraoui is a good signing. I don't mind that. I think that's a depth piece. He'll be there. They lost Varane, so I guess, and Greenwood. Greenwood wasn't there last year. Xerxes was a sign that shouldn't have been made. They don't need Xerxes. And the fact that Jay said he was trash, I really didn't like that.
Sorry.
Are you hurt?
That hurt me a little bit.
One season wonder.
Because he's not. No, he's talented.
You don't know you like that little bro.
He's talented, man. But like in this United squad, he doesn't fit. He doesn't fit anywhere. He's not a striker. He's not a 10.
He's a 9.5.
He's a second striker. You gotta play on a team that plays 2 strikers. That's the team that should have signed Xerxes. But yeah, I got them in 5th. I don't see them making top 4. I think top 4 is a little bit too much for them. 8th place, a little bit too low, but 5th, I think, just right.
Fair play.
Just right. Yeah.
Put the onions in the bowl.
Ooh. Boys. Oh my god. And
There we
girls.
go.
We are back in action.
Damn.
Back in action. Finishing 8th place last season. I got Manchester United finishing in
10th.
3rd place this season. Third place.
What?
A little bit of resurgence for the boys in red.
He almost forgot what color they were.
For the boys in red. I'm wearing green. I was looking at myself. The boys in red. Players like Xerxes coming in. Players like Delict coming in. Players like Mazraoui coming in. Players like Yoda coming in, but unfortunately dealing with an injury in the preseason matches. Tough loss in the first couple of months, obviously. But, getting rid of some weight in Greenwood and Varane. I think even the matchup against City in the Community Shield, again, both teams weren't in 100% with their starting 11, but I saw what they were trying to do. At one point, like we were saying, okay, Ten Hag has some kind of system going. We saw the defenders rotating a little bit into the pitch, maybe a little too much.
Yeah, we did.
Where we saw Johnny Evans making runs into the box, Maguire too, maybe making some movements in there. But again, you see it coming. But with the right players and them doing that, you can definitely see, okay, there's something coming here. Casemiro dropping in, looking the healthiest he's been in many years, lean as hell.
Off the Ozempic, bro.
Always on Ozem, whatever. But the guy's looking good, looking strong. I feel like he's going to come in strong this season. And even players like Mino coming in. Diego Dalot looking good too. But I feel like these signings are going to be big for us. But I do have these boys finishing in 3rd place. Garnacho, our wonder boy, coming in, scoring that goal in the Community Shield. He's going to be one big player that's going to be, scoring week in, week out. And I love it. I love to see it. I just wish to see some consistency in some of these players, which has been lacking. So
Yeah, I just hope to see these boys coming in strong, but I do see them third place. Yep.
Interesting.
There you go.
Third place is kind of mad.
Dave.
Casemiro, his Osmo's contract sponsorship
Osmos?
yeah, got terminated. So
Come
that's why he
on.
lost the weight, I think. But I do see them doing better than 8th place. Of course, they should be doing better than 8th place with what they have. A lot of new signings, but like Jay said, Xerxes doesn't do anything to me.
Doesn't tickle your fancy?
Xerxes doesn't do anything to me. Mazraoui doesn't do anything to me. The late,
not.
I'm intrigued to see what he can do. Clearly, Ten Hag likes his Ajax boys. He's trying to reunite everyone. But from what I see right now with that starting 11 that played against City, there's so many gaps.
Siri agrees.
There's so many gaps, man. There's so many gaps on this team. You lost, obviously, Wan-Bissaka. You have Dalot. There's no one behind him if he gets injured. And besides Dalot,
Mazraoui.
yeah, but they're not. Who knows who's going to start on this team? Because Mazraoui didn't play for Bayern at all, realistically.
He had his run of games.
Do much.
He had his run of games. Look, he has a run of games.
He didn't do much.
He has a run of games.
Lisandro Martinez playing left back.
So Shaw.
Yeah, but Shaw's also.
Mazraoui can play left back too.
But then you have Mason Mount, who knows what he's gonna do. Casemiro, who knows what he's gonna do. I really like Mainu. I think Amad Diallo's gonna have a good season. But then again, Rashford's always like, you never know, man.
February he'll be good.
He had that one sitter against City, hits the post. And then Bruno, man. Bruno, who knows what you're going to get from him because he's always on and off and he's got that attitude. So we'll see. I think they're going to do a lot better. I have him 3rd place. Sorry, not 3rd place. 5th place. Oh, my
Okay.
gosh. Sorry. I have him in 5th place. Not really making top 4, but I think Varane leaving. How about that? I've kept Varane than Evans, basically. But 5th place for me.
Brown went to live in Como, man.
I would too.
Who wouldn't, right? Well, me personally, I know they finished 8th last season. But United, they got a decent squad, man. I feel like Bruno's going to have a good season. I feel like he'll be up there in the assist table for sure. Ahmad, I feel like he's going to have a breakthrough season. I feel like he's going to start turning up. Rashford, who knows with him, a little wishy-washy. But man like Kobe Mainu, what a season he had last year. Young player coming into the team, academy boy. I feel he's going to have a great season this coming season now. And De Ligt, I think that's a big signing, man. I feel like De Ligt's going to boss it at the back with whoever he's there with. Is he going to have to hold their hand? Who knows, depending on who it is. But that being said, a little bit better than last season. I got them finishing 6th.
Fair play.
6th place.
6th place.
Solid.
But yeah, a couple more teams left.
Speaking of solid,
We got Spurs. We got Ange's Spurs. Big Ange's Tottenham Hotspur. What we saying, Jay?
Last season 5th. I got them finishing 9th.
Ooh.
Oh.
Drop off.
Yeah, big drop off for Tottenham. Look, they lost Emerson Royale.
Wow.
Okay.
You're right, man. I forgot.
Okay.
yeah, and Hoiberg as
Big
well,
loss.
right?
Who
And
I
Brian Hill. Ooh.
who I think is a big loss. Look, they signed Dom Solanke. So?
19 goals last
yeah,
year.
I get that, but this is Tottenham. This is London. This is the big times.
And
Tottenham isn't a winning club.
no one's talking about them winning.
I get they finished 5th last season, but no, I think they're going down. Other teams got better. Son is going to have to decline at some point. Matters couldn't make the Euro squad for England. Kulishevsky, friend of the pod. But who?
Great player.
Yeah, talented, man.
Good preseason, too.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. Another friend of the pod, Pape Matarsar. Great player. I like him a lot. Speaks French. But besides that, yeah, like
Really?
what else do I have to say? 9th. That's my pick. I don't need to say anything else or I'll just be waffling. Next.
You're waffling right now, bro.
No, I get it, right? And I think like what happened to you also happened to me here, and that's maybe you
messed
just
up.
forgot about Spurs, and you have a hole in your
No,
your table, and you got to put them in, right? So I'm in the same place. I got to finishing 8th. For me, I had to make a choice, right? I had to either put United 8th or Spurs 8th. They swapped places this year. United go up to 5th, Spurs go down to 8th. It can go either way. Look, At the end of the day, I think Son's going to really have to carry this team. I don't know if Solanke is going to score as many goals for Spurs. At Bournemouth, he had to do it all. He was the guy. We've seen this a million times before. When the guy is not the guy anymore, he doesn't score the goals. I think that's what's going to happen here. You know, some good players coming in. Bergvall, Archie Gray, good young talents, but that's what they are. They're young. And the back line, I'm not sure. Jurgensen had a good Euro. Van de Ven, I don't know about his hamstring, right? Romero, right? Some good pieces there, but I think
Those are good players.
they're very good players. They're
You're
very
talking
good players.
about some of the best defenders in the
I
Prem.
am. I'm talking about some of the best defenders in the Premier League. Pedro Porro, fantastic right back as well.
Okay, man.
A lot of quality.
Are they 8th or 5th?
But they're going to finish 8th place.
He's
because
talking to
there's
them like they're gonna finish in 5th, but
Yeah.
they're speaking in 8th
Eighth
because he
place.
screwed up his
8th
freaking
place
table.
because there's other teams that are just ahead of them for me.
Well, no, I think let's be realistic here. They're making top 4, for me at least.
Really?
Dominic Solanke is going to be the piece that they needed up top because Kulusevski is not a striker. His son did well as a striker, but on the wing, that's his position. Now, Ange was unfortunate to get all the injuries that he got last year, and now they're adding depth in Archie Gray. I believe was Young Player of the Year in the championship. So that right there, just to bring in one of the best players in the championship to the team, just
yeah?
to give him a chance.
Didn't you just say the other
I said
guy
give him a
wasn't going to be
chance.
good because he
They-
came from the championship?
Then not just say to give him a. I said Somerville could be good. He might not be good. Same thing for Archie Gray.
All right,
Give him a
man.
chance. And then Solanke is proven now. You have Madison who's back. If he could get back into form, it's great. Basuma and Sarr, if they could get that partnership going, that'd be unreal. But I think the key man in this team is going to be Romero again. He's one of the only players that wins stuff on this team, and he's going to have to kind of guide his team. I know he's not the captain, but he's going to have to kind of guide this team to a top 4 finish. And I think they finish just ahead of United 4th.
Damn. Fair play.
Disgusting, Chris. This guy's no ball. But I'm going to say yes. Spurs finish in 5th place for me. They're going to stay in the same place they finished this season. Although bringing great players into their squad in Solanke. You guys have said it all. But it just this Ange ball, is it going to work again? Is it, it worked really, really well in the beginning of the season, but it also asks a lot for the players. It's going to ask for injuries. It's going to ask for tired legs. It's going to ask for more depth. They're going to be playing more football now, right? So, again, the depth might not be there as much as you expect, but, some of their big players, if they get injuries, it's going to be a whole lot of poor run of games for them. I think they had at one point in the season, they were losing like 6 games in a row or something. I forget.
Yeah, but they were playing like
Or not-
Emerson and
or not
Davies.
They got
winning.
scored on a lot too.
They were not
at the
winning,
end.
they were not winning, or they were just tying and losing a lot of games last season at one certain point. But that's exactly it. They were playing Emerson center back or something like that. I just that's what it is. It's gonna be 2 or 3 of their big players getting injured at one point in their season. It's just gonna ruin the rest of the season for them, right? And it's just a team with no depth that's gonna be asking a lot from them, running up and down. But great signings, great players. Let's just see what they can do this season. But I got them in 5th place.
Guys, let's not forget, this is Ange's 2nd season with the Spurs. First season finishing 5th place is incredible. Despite losing the best striker in the Prem, Harry Kane, to Bayern Munich, for them to do the 5th place last season is incredible. And the way they started last season was incredible. Who thought Ange with this team was going to do that good in the beginning of the season? Obviously, it kind of, with all the injuries and all that stuff, and with how long the season is, they dropped form. But I think with that season, the previous season, Ange definitely learned a lot. He's going to switch it up here and there. And the players that they brought in. Solanke, like you said before, is a proper striker. He's a 9. He's a proper 9. He's a big body there. And Madison, let's not forget, Jay said he didn't make the Euros. He got injured. But before that, what was he? There were shouts for him, the player of the Prem. Best player of the Prem. He was going off every game. Assist, goal. It was either one or the other. And then Son, he dipped in form last season, but I think this season he's going to go back to what he usually is.
He's missing that partnership.
He was missing that partnership. He really was. And I think now you're going to see with the Solanke there, with Madison there in the 10, and then on the right side you have Kulu now. That's a scary front, up there that Spurs have, and I think that's the front that can really attack and be scary for other teams. And then the defense is like James said, the guy that put him in 8th place was boosting these guys. They have one of the best defensive lineups in the Prem as well. So I have them 4th place,
4th, eh?
making Champions League. 4th
Damn,
place
bro.
for Spurs.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I mean, 5th last season. I feel like there's stronger teams this season now, man. Like,
Exactly.
it's tough. I have them just below United. I have Spurs finishing 7th. I do think, like I said, there
You just
are better
contradicted
teams.
yourself.
No, I said there are better teams
Yeah.
than Spurs.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
you said you think they were good. This
Sorry. I
year.
thought you said they were a better team
No.
than last season. Sorry.
But yeah, better teams than Spurs this season now. Like I think Newcastle finishes ahead of them, United, and Spurs just behind them in 7th. I feel like 5th to 7th, I feel like it's gonna be kind of close on the table. So I got Spurs 7th.
Well, what did Newcastle do that Spurs didn't do this offseason?
Newcastle don't have European competition.
So what?
Newcastle also have Sandro Tonali.
The guy hasn't
Pretty much
played
a new-
football in months.
Doesn't matter. That's
be
a new
fine.
signing for them, bro.
No, man.
Their midfield,
Wow.
their midfield is a lot stronger.
Yeah, but the rest Spurs have up top and defense.
Is Solanke better than Isak?
Spurs are better.
In general, Spurs are better in my opinion.
I don't know.
Stop trying to.
Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
Might be
I
close,
think
bro.
you go position for position, it's close. It's
I still give the upper hand to.
all those.
All I'm
teams
taking is
are, dude.
Isak.
All those teams are anywhere from
Guimaraes.
4th to 9th is very, very close.
Yeah, it is.
It is, and that's how it's going to be in the table too. The top 3 is going to be ahead, and then
Yeah, possibly.
now we look at the champions.
But yeah, last but certainly not least, we have the blue side of Manchester City. First,
I mean, it's inevitable. Manchester City are gonna win the Premier League. Yeah, again, same old story.
how many years in a row?
Premier League's a farmers' league. What is this, a 5-peat?
Damn.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Inevitable. I might not even watch next season because we already know who the champion is. It's Manchester City. They have the best team, the best depth, the best gaffer, the best signings. Like, they could lose a World Cup winner like Julian Alvarez and they don't even care. The team doesn't even care. Like, it doesn't affect them in any way whatsoever. So, Manchester City are inevitable. They're going to win the Premier League again because they have Erling Haaland, who's going to win top scorer again. And I ain't got nothing else to say. Boom. First place.
Yeah, I mean, I only got one place left in my bracket, and that's first, unfortunately. So that's going to be City again. Haaland will probably score, break the record again for fun. He's been a little quiet, People haven't really been talking about Haaland too much. A lot of Mbappe shouts. Haaland's going to turn it up. He's going to, probably break his own record, finish top scorer again, City win again. Nice little send-off for, maybe De Bruyne, maybe Ederson, some of these other guys. But, yeah, they're going to win the league again.
I got them. I got City in 2nd place. Only because I don't think Rodri's going to stay fit all year, and I think he might be riddled with injuries this year. I just have a feeling, because he's probably had his best year ever.
This guy placed the hex on him, eh?
No, I didn't place the hex because I love Rodri. I hope it doesn't happen, but I just have a feeling that this is what's going to push Arsenal over the line, because with Rodri in the lineup, I don't see like City losing in that many games. Rodri's just too good of a player, but he's been getting injured more and more. So yeah, second, it has to be 2nd place. There's the only spot left. Yeah, but that's my reasoning. Rodri's going to be riddled with injuries. See, Pep's going to be all lost what to do. He's going to make some style up, and it's not going to work as well.
Yeah, that's what has to happen for them not to win the league.
I hate to speak about these squads, man. Annoying. I got them finishing in 2nd place.
I'm so mad.
I just hate seeing Pep get upset. What's going on? What these guys are doing? Like, bro, you have a good squad. Let them play.
Yo, chill, bro.
What do you think you're doing here? But I don't know. I just feel like it's gonna be a little bit of a slow start for them at the beginning of the season. Some of these players coming back from the Euros, not in the best form. Probably not the best morale either. Some of these players losing in the finals. Although some of them winning, like you said, Rodri, but as long as he keeps his form, keeps his health, they can definitely do wonders this season. But losing Julian Alvarez, I think, is going to be a big part for them. Is Savinho really that replacement that they need for him? And not really position per position, but he's just going to be something optional on the left side. But, they have depth there, too. They have Graylers. They have Doku, which neither really, scare me as much. But as long as, Haaland and Foden get their form right, they're definitely going to be competing for first place. But I do have them finishing in second. I just feel like something might go wrong for them this season. Not sure what it is quite yet, but we'll have to just wait.
I think people in general, myself kind of included, but now think about it, like, Julian Alvarez is a huge piece for City. He was a massive piece for City. Pause.
Was he bench player?
Yes, he was a bench player, but we've seen what he's done off the bench. He's a guy that can get you those goals, get you those assists, not for just club, but for country. We've seen what he can do. And we've seen instances where Haaland, what happens to him? He gets stopped. There's times where that low block, he can't do anything.
Yeah, but he ends up top scorer.
Yeah, he definitely ends up top scorer.
They play better and win titles without number 9.
But at the end of the day, 1 and 2, it's going to come down to just little minor things. It's not going to be big things. There's going to be those little minor things. And those games where Haaland gets stopped and he doesn't score a goal, or Julian Alvarez could come on and do something, not just score but assist, open up. He's a different player from Haaland. He's going to be a big miss, I think, for City. And again, Savinho's a great player as well. But he's something that it's different. And then Foden having a horrible Euros. De Bruyne, injury prone as hell. Rodri, injury prone as well. But it comes down to little things. It comes down to little things for me that's going to be 1 and 2. It's going to be a couple points difference. And I think Julian Alvarez will be a big miss for City. And that's why I have them second.
Interesting. I mean, City, best squad on paper. One of the better depths in the league as well, too. Haaland probably going to win Golden Boot. But, like I was saying earlier, Community Shield curse will be in effect. The last 5 teams to win it didn't win the league, and City won it this season. They ain't winning the league. That's all I'm saying, bro. Coming down to the script.
So, second place?
Second place, Manchester City.
Oh, boys.
Damn.
It's going to be one hell of a season. It was a long episode.
Yeah.
But you guys got to hear first our thoughts, our predictions for this season, who we got up top, and who we also got in the bottom, and everything in between. Chris.
Oh, really?
What else, boys? What else?
Real quick, just go through our top 4. Just cycle through.
Oh, yeah, top
just
4.
what we
Yeah,
got.
yeah.
So top 4 for me, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, Chelsea.
Top 4 for me was Man City 1, Arsenal 2, Chelsea 3, Man United 4.
City winning the league. Liverpool second. Arsenal third. Chelsea fourth.
The Gunner gotta be Gunners at 1, City 2, Liverpool 3, and Tottenham Hotspur at 4.
I got the Gooners first, City in second, my boys in red in third, and I got, who was my 4th place? Liverpool in 4th. Liverpool in 4th for me.
Fair play.
That's my top 4.
My top 4 predictions for this upcoming Premier League season: Arsenal first, Man City second, Liverpool third, and Spurs coming in 4th. Vamos.
Damn. Well, there you have it, boys. That's our Premier League table predictions for this upcoming season. Let us know what's the best ball knowledge. Who come the end of the season is going to have most teams right. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. You know who we are.
Shout
We're
out
the
the
Premier League
listeners.
Wizards.
Let's go.
Way to culture, man.
Go Chelsea.
Let us know in the comments who you got winning the Premier League
Give us your prediction, boys.
down below.
And
Ciao,
shout out,
boys.
shout out the listeners. Dale.
Shout out the listeners, bro. And with that, we out. Peace.
Later. Come on, my Gooner Gunners.
Okay, before we start, hold on.